Grand Rising Soul Tribe, check in. I am excited to be here this rising, this early morning. I know it is Sunday rising, Sunday morning. May the 3rd, 2026, and the time is exactly 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check in, family. We'll be quick this morning. I just wanted to briefly touch on the Spirit Airlines. I'll be on camera in a minute. Listen, y'all gonna get ready with me today. Y'all gonna see another version of Dr. Kia Pruitt. You're gonna see me with my little twist in my hair. I don't know what they call them. I think they call them Bantu knots. But we'll have a little music and then I'll come on the camera, check in, let us know where you're hailing from. Excited to see you. Come on in the room. Yes.
Dr. Kia shining wisdom's light, teaching soul tribe how to see through the
morning.
Ancient scriptures and bloodlines she knows, spreading truth wherever she goes. Soul tribe rising, hear her call.
California in the house.
Vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day.
I'm not going to be on long this morning. Let me come on the camera. I hope everybody's doing well. Come in the room. Oh, yes. It's so good to see you. I see a lot of people from California. I miss California. All the great news coming out. I know. Come in the room, family. Let me turn this music off. So I am in kind of like a vacation mode. I've been resting. I haven't had the grandchildren. They're with their parents. You know, I raised those babies from the time they were out the womb. Let me come on camera. So I told you, you get to see a new version of me this morning. Come on in, family. Come in the room. So I thought we would get ready together. So I did an old school hair routine where you know, some of you know this. If you have locks, you will do the 2-strand twist. Good morning. 2-strand twist, right? You twist them up and then do the Bantu knots, knot it up. Well, I'm taking it down this morning to do something old school. I didn't want to straighten out my hair. Grand Rising. Neither did I want to put any extensions in it. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, thank you. You said it looked beautiful, William. Thank you. Who was that? A.E. Williams said it still looks beautiful. Thank you. Let's see what this turned out to look like. You know, it's a ritual every morning, which is why I really like keeping my hair braided, because then you don't have to do anything. And I've tried the lock journey, the hair locks, but I'm just not patient enough. Every morning when I get up, it's like this big old ritual. You know, yeah, do your skincare, wash your face. Thank you. Um, if you wear music, I hear music in the background. Makeup, do a little makeup, which I don't necessarily wear foundation. I wear something called Ilia. It's supposed to be like a sunscreen with a little makeup in it. And it just really just adds a little what you call it, tint to your face after you do the skincare. I need something more natural, and I'm waiting for somebody to come out with a product that's more natural. What do y'all use, ladies? What do y'all use in the mornings when if you use makeup? But I'm just going out to get my coffee. But one thing I learned from my grandmother is when you walk out the house, when you wake up in the morning, not just when you walk out the house, look your best. So my grandma had 10 children that she raised and, like more than 20 something grandchildren. We were all in her house and great grands, but she woke up every morning before we rose up, said her prayers, made her bed. I mean, we didn't even get to see it because it was already done. And then she would put her makeup on, read her Bible because she wanted to be presentable to God, looking nice. Read her Bible, and I don't even know when she brushed her teeth and did all that. I never saw her do it. She was just had her smell good on. That's what she called her perfume. And all by the time we woke up, she was done. Then she would go downstairs and cook, and we would wake up to smelling bacon and eggs and homemade pancakes and freshly squeezed orange juice. That's how my grandma was. But she taught us ladies to look nice and presentable before everybody got up. Before her husband arose, she was done up. I learned that from my grandmother. And she didn't wear a whole lot of makeup. I'm just taking my time, family. But she was beautiful, she was sweet, she was classy. It's a very lovely lady. Hope y'all don't mind getting ready with me. I'm going to go get my coffee. I probably should make it at home, but I actually love going out to get my coffee because when I walk in, they sing to me. My Hispanic name is Maria. My name is Kia Marie or Kia Maria. Because my great grandfather on my mom's side was from Colombia. Kia Maria. So when I walk in to get my coffee, they start singing Maria, Maria. And it's kind of nice for the baristas to start singing when you walk in the morning. What are you having today, Maria? Will it be your chai latte with cinnamon and vanilla and oat milk? Cinnamon sprinkled on top, or would it be your drip coffee with vanilla and oat milk? And sometimes they'll have it waiting for me when I walk in. That's kind of cool. Because sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Yeah, I really should bring in Sister Celine. I was thinking about her. I've had her on my show many times, but I didn't know I do know she has skincare. I do, and she's gifted me some. I wonder if she has something that could be like a tint. That is Asir Ducatier's beautiful wife. I'll bring her back on. Since you've mentioned her and I've been thinking about her, I'm going to call her, okay? And bring her on. Tell her Mama Kia needs some natural skincare. So I put that Aliyah on after I wash my face. I got some natural skincare also from her and from a woman in my community. And then I try to do as minimal work as possible. This is, I don't know, this is some type of eyeliner because I like that whole cat eye look. It looks like the Egyptians that we are. When you present yourself a certain way in the world, people treat you very well. Just yesterday, I went in and I had all my Egyptian jewelry and makeup, and people started holding the doors and running to get what I needed. And it's not that they think I'm any better than anybody else. They just treat you the way you treat yourself. Then I use a mascara sometimes, not often, just sometimes because I need to lengthen my eyelashes, but I don't use it often because I have allergies and I rub my eyes. And if I'm not careful, this stuff will get in my eye when I rub my eyes. I'm not really into glamour, but my grandma just said, don't walk out the house looking unpolished. Oops. So I'm really minimal. I need to learn how to do makeup, honestly. That's it. And then This is Elf, but this isn't the one I usually use. I ran out the other one. I see it over there. Okay. And put a little bit on just to hold it in. Come on in the room, family. I'm just getting ready to go out and get my coffee and thought I would get ready with you all because people have been asking me, what do you think about Spirit Airline closing? Somebody said they were in Atlanta in the airport, and all of a sudden, yesterday, May 2nd, they just shut down the airline. And people were surprised because they didn't know it was, anything happening with the Spirit. I wasn't surprised. That's why I didn't report on it yesterday, because Spirit Airline actually had filed bankruptcy and they were having financial troubles for the last couple years. So I know people want to know the woo woo behind it. See, a gentleman that liked me, that was kind of courting me from Cuba, bought me this. He was a young thing too, 38. Mind your business. Mind your business. Salsa, my salsa dance teacher. Those salsa child, them Latin salsa dance teachers, you got to watch out for them. But he bought me this gift. And he bought me a beautiful white dress off the shoulder. That was so nice. Bless his heart. And some nice heels from Cuba. Very nice young man. But anyway, I'm just drying off my makeup. Mind your business. Yes, he was 38. Shh. Shh. When my children saw him taking me out and buying me gifts, they were like, okay, Mom, do your thing. That transitioned and all, but we didn't think you would go young like that. But anyway, I just said, mind your business. Mind your business. So back to the Spirit conversation. What are y'all saying? Makeup. Their King James Version book of Isaiah warns. What warn? Yeah, I remember growing up hearing that you shouldn't wear makeup, so I didn't. Once I got into the Pentecostal church, I didn't, but I like it. But back to Spirit. What's the woo-woo behind Spirit shutting down? Some could say that's the spirit of the deep state shutting down, that it happened overnight, that it's, what do you call it? It is coded messaging for their time is up. It did happen right after King Charles came. So there is some woo-woo behind it. Let me know what you think is behind Spirit shutting down. But I will tell you that I wasn't shocked because I saw that Spirit was having problems. I never was a big fan of Spirit Airline anyway. It's like a low-income airline. To me, they've had a lot of problems. I rode with them once and they canceled my flight a couple years ago. And then they wouldn't give me my money back. And I had to haggle with them to transfer to another flight. It was a nightmare. I didn't like it. But Spirit Airline has been having some financial problems for years. As a matter of fact, they were trying to merge with JetBlue. JetBlue is another airline. They're not the same, although JetBlue is a low-income place as well. If you see me looking over here, I have a mirror on the other side. Let's see how this turns out. These are Bantu knots. What I did was 2-strand twists. Twisted and, with 2 strands, not 3-strand braids, but 2-strand twists. And while it was wet, I don't have my water bottle here, but while it was wet, and y'all remember old school Vaseline and bergamot hair grease? That's what my grandma used. I know some of this stuff probably isn't good for my hair. I use olive oil sometimes, but last night I used old school Blue Magic. It gives my hair shine, it conditions it, and I don't know what it does for anybody else's hair, but it makes my hair grow. The best thing for hair growth, though, for me is to braid it and leave it alone. Honestly, when I just braided my hair up and I wore it braided for 2 years, sometimes I would put some crochet hair on top of it. It grew it grew crazily. But, then you wash it in between and you make sure your scalp is clean and all that. It just grew, just leaving it alone. That's why people with locks, they as long as they keep their scalp clean, their hair grows. Also, taking MSM will make your hair grow. That's better than biotin. It's more natural. But back to Spirit. Sorry, family. Spirit was trying to merge with JetBlue 2 years ago, but the merger did not come through because Spirit had too many financial problems after the global pandemic. They couldn't afford to keep the airline open, and then now with the jet fuel crisis, they can't afford to buy the jet fuel. However, in 2024, Spirit actually tried to get a government bailout. People don't know that. But the Department of Justice denied them. So that happened under the Biden administration, and people are trying to blame Trump, but that happened in 2024. And I'll say under the fake Biden administration, because we know that Trump was still really the president. Ooh, that looks cute. I'm gonna tell y'all something else that happened in 2024 too. While Biden was the president, Trump came out and said that we're not going to be using outdated technology. And I'll show you the article in a minute. Okay. You see those curls? I did it on wet hair. Okay. So let me go back to Spirit. It could be coded messages for the spirit of the deep state. Thank you for the Cash App give. Closing down, but there was a failed merger. The Department of Justice issued to block the merger between Spirit and JetBlue, arguing it could harm consumers and reduce competition. This was in 2024. I'm reading Google because, like I said, I wasn't shocked that they shut down. I knew that they had financial problems. They had financial instability since COVID-19, like I said. And then there was a failed rescue deal. Like I've been researching this, a potential $500 million federal bailout, which could have saved the carrier, failed to materialize. But why did the Department of Justice shut them down? Well, for one, a lot of these companies were getting bailouts all the time, and people just didn't know it. But there's no federal government to bail them out anymore. The federal government doesn't exist anymore. This is why we're under a partial government shutdown, family. Because the government doesn't exist. Come on, check in, family. The government is gone. So you're going to see more than JetBlue. This one didn't get dry all the way. You're going to see more than JetBlue collapse. I mean, more than a Spirit collapse. But Spirit had to be the first. And I'm sure there was some woo-woo behind it or coded messages. I'm sure that's a ritual. But there are a lot of flights that are grounded right now and being canceled. Have you asked yourself why? Yes, because there's a jet fuel crisis. But also those airplanes, that's outdated old technology. In fact, all they did, they made it seem like it was a big deal. See, my hair is growing. They made it, and it's longer when you stretch, when I blow dry it or straighten it out, but the curls spring back. All airplanes are is old, outdated technology. And when the Wright brothers, who allegedly created aircraft, which that's not true, all they did was look at old ancient technology that we had long time ago here in Egypt, in the Americas, and they just reversed the technology, made people think that this is something new. But a lot of these airplanes, airline companies will actually cease to exist. Let me know what you think about that. And when you think about it, what are airports anyway? They're portals. Portals through which entities arrive. And underneath a lot of these airports is a lot of nefarious activity, like children being trafficked. Airports also harness our energy. They're portals. You got whole cities underground that need to be destroyed. So a lot of these airports are going to close down. A lot of these airline companies are going to close down. Think about the nefarious things that could be going on underneath those airports. And this is not even conspiracy theory information. These are conspiracies, but not they're no longer theories. They turn out to be true. A lot of nefarious things were going on with children in those airports. Why do you think children under the age of 2 can be flown anywhere in America and all across the world, 2 and under, with no identification? You don't have to have ID for the children. You don't have to have ID for yourself, proving that you're the parent of the child. Nothing. Nothing. Because a lot of these entities and people were flying children through these airports. I don't know what I'm going to do with my curly hair today. We'll see. They were transporting children. They were transporting drugs. Now they search us, but these nefarious beings were doing all type of things. And I know they were transporting drugs because in Louisville, Kentucky, where I used to live, that's where I raised my children, 10,000 automatic weapon parts were discovered at the airport. See if I can find it for you. And they were made in China. This was during 2020, the shutdown, and during all those marches and things like that. So we know that they were transporting guns, drugs, children. And here's the article that says federal agents seized more than 10,000 assault weapons parts at the Louisville UPS airport. And this was June 26, 2020. I saw it when it happened. The FBI seized those automatic weapon parts. Oh, this was at a UPS hub in Louisville after a smuggler tried to sneak them into the US from China. Authorities estimated the value of the shipment at nearly $130,000. You see that number 13? The smuggler who tried to send the parts from Shenzhen, China to Melbourne, Florida via Louisville had labeled the contents of the shipment as steel pen samples. U.S. Customs and Borders Protection said in a news release that Friday that smugglers commonly try to elude direction by labeling dangerous contraband as something harmless and legitimate commodity. So this one said they were seized at a UPS hub, but there was one, so this might even be a different one. There was one article that said they were seized at the Muhammad Ali airport, or some automatic weapons parts were seized at an airport. So they were transporting children, weapons, all type of things through these airports, also known as portals. So don't be surprised if a lot of companies, airlines actually cease to exist. Lord, child, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I forgot. Don't be surprised. So in 2024, Spirit tried to merge with JetBlue, and then they tried to get a government bailout, but the Department of Justice blocked it. But something else happened in 2024. Let's see if I can smooth the edges down. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. In 2024, President Trump said that he was going to have Freedom Cities and Flyin Cars. And he wasn't even the president, allegedly, back then. Biden was. But even then, I was saying, if President Trump is making announcements like these, he is still the president. this technology that we've been experiencing is outdated. We're going to have technology like the Jetsons, the cartoon Jetsons had. Trump proposed building 10 freedom cities and flying cars. This was March the 3rd. Oh, this one says this one was published March the 3rd, 2023. Well, that still was under the Biden administration. I just remember reporting about it when it happened. President Trump on that Friday proposed building up to 10 futuristic freedom cities on federal land, part of a plan that the 2024 presidential contender said would create a new American future. You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, ooh, that's cute. We're going to have a new future. What else did he say? Commuters would get around in flying cars, Trump said, an echo of the Jetsons, the classic cartoon about a family in a high-tech future society. Work to develop vertical takeoff and landing vehicles is already underway by major airlines. Work at developing vertical takeoff and landing vehicles is already underway, he said in 2023, by what? Major airlines, by auto manufacturers and other companies, though widely seen as years away from reaching market. Well, here we are. I want to ensure that America, not China, leads the revolution in air mobility, Trump, who announced his third bid for presidency, said in November. That was 2023. He said it in a 4-minute video detailing his plan. He said he would launch a contest to charter up to 10 freedom cities, roughly the size of Washington, D.C., on undeveloped federal land. Here we go. We've actually built new cities in our country again, Trump said in the video. These freedom cities will reopen the frontier, reignite American imagination, and give hundreds of thousands of young people and other people, all hardworking families, a new shot at home ownership and, in fact, the American dream. He wasn't really giving too many details. You see, they say he was light on the details. But his pitch comes the day before he's set to address the Conservative Political Action Conference in D.C. and as the 2024 Republican presidential field begins to take shape. The proposal is the latest in a series of early policy offerings from Trump, who in recent weeks has also said he would seek to ramp up domestic energy production, adopt a more isolationist foreign policy stance, and purge the government and military of warmongers and globalists. In fact, he said during that speech he was going to totally obliterate the deep state. I reported that on my old channel and it got flagged. They took my channel down for saying that he was going to totally obliterate the deep state. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this. So I'm wondering if I should wear it curly. Should I keep it like that or make it more like an afro? He said it was going to undo a Biden executive order that would require government agencies to submit annual public plans aimed at promoting equity. In December, the former president unveiled plans as part of his free speech platform that included vows to ban federal money from being used to label speech as misinformation, blah, blah, blah. He didn't say how he was going to pay for the freedom cities, but he said he was going to do it. His plan, which was light on details, includes 3 additional planks, increasing tariffs on goods imported to the United States, providing families with baby bonuses, because people aren't having babies right now, that he said will help launch a new baby boom and launch a beautification effort aimed at removing ugly buildings and revitalizing parks and public spaces. If you look up your cities right now, downtown and in urban areas, they have beautification projects right now. President Trump said he would do that in 2024 under the fake Biden administration. My point is, they have to get rid of these airline companies. They were nefarious, they're old, they're outdated, and we're replacing it with placing this old paradigm with Freedom Cities and Flying Cars. Let me see if I can find him say something about flying cars. Because that one didn't talk about it. Well, they said they were getting ready for it anyway at the airports. Oh, here's a new, I think this is another article. It's a new reality, family. That was a CNN article. Now let me show you this one. Thank you for the Cash App gifts. Look. Flying cars and supersonic flights. Trump turns on boosters for a new age technology. President Donald Trump's newest executive orders aim to speed development of aviation technology, including high-speed flights and flying cars. He's been saying that for years. I could put that in the chat for you. I'll put it in the description section. So what do you guys think about that? You ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Good morning. Spirit Airline completely shut down. They've been having financial problems. That's what happened. They couldn't merge with JetBlue, and the Department of Justice prevented them from getting a government bailout. You like this look, Izzy? Huh. Thank you. The problem is flight zones? Right. Vacant properties are all over the land, and homeless is the proof of the maliciousness that they did to our people. Yeah. Let me tell you what they've been doing. I was going to show you all, but I didn't want to get people upset. What? Reese, I'm not flagging your... I'll tell you what I was getting ready to say. Reese says she's flagging all my comments. I'm telling y'all the truth behind the scenes. It's not Trump. It's the truth, de jure, land government, the people. Reese, I don't know who you're saying is flagging your comments. I don't know you. I just now saw your comment. Nobody's flagging your comments. I'm show people daily how to properly become a true American and get your inheritance. Don't fall for the BS American bin, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah. So I don't know what she's talking about, but thank you. So what they were doing, family, is flagging. I'm trying to reach out to you. Oh, you have? Well, thank you, Reese. You can send me an email to kiapruitt@gmail.com. What has been going on in New York is something that's been going on in many cities, and that is the people calling themselves UHAs, JEWS, have been doing what's called property theft and deed theft by stealing land from people, and not just anybody, stealing land from landowners who are classified as Black. It's crazy. And they had the complicity and the complicity of the courts. The courts was helping to do it. They were just going around taking people classified as Black home, indigenous people. I'm not making it up either. It hurt my heart. I did report on it because I was like, people get tired of hearing about race, and some people just don't believe that these things are happening. But now people that have been fighting for 10, 20, 30 years are taken to the streets in New York and other places saying we're tired of having our home stolen. And it's not just by anybody, it's by people classified as JEWS. Wild. Look, you can look it up. And these people, business owners who are not us, claiming to be us, that's why they wear the Jew locks. You know, they may have some of our blood in them, but they've been getting court ordered summons to go and take our properties. And the judges were getting away with it. Let me see if I can find it for you. Just stealing the land from the people, mainly the indigenous people. Why people are so bent on taking the resources, including land, mineral rights, precious metals, identity, everything from the indigenous Americans. It's wild. And it seems like we're just making this stuff up, but it's happening. Look up deed theft. Or you can Google deed theft Brooklyn. See if I can find one. Yeah, I'll show you. This is just in the state of New York. I don't know what this is about, but when you have people like Chief Mac and Sheik Rod Hayes say it's always been about us, it's true. Not only do they come here and steal our identity and call themselves American and call themselves Jews and call themselves what they're not. People come over here and steal our land. Somebody brought it up, that's why I mentioned it. So let me show you what this is talking about right here.
Over 3,500 cases of deed theft, not in the West Bank, in Brooklyn. People are tricked into losing equity and ownership of their own houses. This shit is happening in broad daylight.
These guys are trying to scam my boy on his property. Look.
We can do inspection of the house.
Ain't no inspection. You don't own the house.
This is a court order.
They get court order.
Must vacate.
No.
Deed theft to the New York Attorney General's office has more than tripled over the last few years. It's essentially when someone steals your house, often by forging the deed.
Claim you bought this house and has the paperwork to prove it. Yet he's locked out and fighting in court for access while the district attorney investigates. Says a woman who'd been living in the house refused to leave. That same woman somehow took over the deed.
I was shocked. How could this be possible? Because only their owner are supposed to sell the house.
So this one is an Asian guy.
Rachel Cyprian was shaking mad as she spoke with us outside the governor's office about the devastating impact of her 15-year fight to reclaim ownership of her Brooklyn home following deed theft.
It leads to homelessness. It leads to depression. It leads to all sorts of failures.
Frequently, the targets are seniors and communities of color.
What do we want?
Frequently, the targets are seniors and people of from communities of color, mostly people classified as Black.
When do we want it? Now!
Over 3,500.
So this is a problem that's been happening in America, not with just the JEWES stealing the land through deed theft, but the government and judges allowing people from all over the world to come here and take our land. In addition to deed theft, you have something, I can't think of the name of it. It's something embedded in the deeds that says you cannot sell the land to Black people. It's supposedly illegal, but it's still on the books today. And the only way you can get around it is you have to go through a whole complicated process through the courts. I know this because I took real estate law when I was a couple times in 2014 and then in 2022 when I was studying to become a real estate agent because my son is a broker. He's the one who told me about the law. So they were allowed through deed theft and can't remember what it's called, where you're not supposed to sell the land to Black folks. The land that they stole from us, then put the deed in their names and won't allow us to have back. But all this is changing. That's why birthright citizenship is in question right now. And this is why we need to put our properties in a trust. I agree. Hey, Chief Mac. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. So it's happening in Oregon too? Wow. Only living mankind can own land, men and women. So we know that we don't own the land. They say we don't own the land, the land owns us. But to your point, Reese, you know, our ancestors cultivated the land, had resources on the land, and desire for us to be able to live freely on the land from which we sprung. And everybody has some land rights or birthrights according to law. It's just that the right comes from the place from which you originated. So birthright citizenship is in question right now because you have a lot of people here that are claiming to be American that are not. The 1828 Webster's definition for American is the copper-colored races encountered by Europeans, but now applied to Europeans. Now applied means that the government allowed them to call themselves American when they're not. And other people got citizenship thinking that they're Americans and they call themselves legal Americans, but what's legal is not lawful. Being a legal American, you're not a legal American. You might be a legal United States citizen, but a citizen is a slave or property of the corporation called United States Incorporated. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do here. So I'm thinking about poofing this out into a bigger afro. So what I have here is a pick. And so I'm gonna pick the roots. Just doing something different today with my own natural hair. Let's see. Pick the roots. It kind of looked a little bit like the roller sets from back in the day. In order to slick down the edges, I have this Shine and Jam. I know I'm using a lot of hair products. I need something natural, but this is what I'm going with today. Otherwise, I was going to wear my Make America Great hat again if my hair didn't turn out right, or tie it down in a scarf. Women, the things we go through, or put it in a ponytail. So, Chief Mac, you want to come on? I know we went from air rights to air to land, but what is law? Land, air, water. We've got to do something to take control, so to speak, of what's been happening on the land, in the air, and with the water. So no, land doesn't belong to anybody, but if you keep allowing people to come to America and take the resources and live on top of the original people, then the original people will end up homeless. And that's not what we want here on our lands. That's not what any nation wants. Every nation is fighting for sovereignty. Every nation is fighting to get rid of the people that their government just allowed to come in and take over. In fact, in most countries, the people, not the government, but the people will tell you, Chief, I sent you a link. Oh, tell us why we need to get our land and trust, please. The people will tell you, if you could come to our country and respect our culture and assimilate as much as possible and not try to steal from us, then we'll get along with you. We just ask for respect. They're even saying that in Thailand and Vietnam, where people are going, and Ghana, and no matter where you go, people want you to respect their culture and their way. Don't try to steal their identity. And people, everybody here have been saying they're American, when they're not. That's no slight against people that just didn't know. Now they know. So with the birthright citizenship question now being addressed in court, people are going to have to realize that when you're a citizen, you don't have rights, you have privileges. The Americans have the rights. Rights are granted by just being sovereign. What some people call them sovereign principles. The Republic grants rights. United States Incorporated grants citizenship and privileges. People have confused the two. So people say, I have a right to be here. I was born on the land. But if you were born to foreign parents, you're beholden to the foreign parents and to the foreign country from which they come. Now I'm just trying to see if I put something, see if I tie my hair up, if it'll look a little differently, a little better. So I want to tie it See how that looks. So I can, yeah, I kind of wanted to look like an Afro wig. Chief Mac, I sent you a link. Can you tell us why we need to put land in a grant in a trust? Great day. Okay. Elizabeth says, I'm here in New York City. They're trying to do this to my eldest sibling. They literally took my friend, an elderly woman's home who's been living there over 50 years. She's been forced out. Dang. Was told they want all. And so people have been saying, you know, that we're just complaining. We make up stuff. You know, we need to get over it. But we're tired. People are tired of being mistreated, especially on their own land. Imagine a bloodline families, which I believe they're not even human, come into your country, enslaving your people, making them prisoners of war, and then telling you on your land, you got to get a license to get married. You got to get a license to fish in your own waters. You got to get deeds to the land. You got to get a license to travel, because we don't even drive, we travel. We just move from place to place. Driving, you know, that's dealing with commercial business. Keep talking, family. Y'all were just getting ready with me. I'm trying to do my hair. I told you, every time before I leave the house, it's a whole ritual. It's like I have to put on all my superpower or my superwoman stuff, put on my necklace. It's a whole ritual. Oh, Chief Max in the back. Hey, Chief. Had to put on my necklace. This is my superwoman stuff. Chief Max gonna come in and talk to us. My nose ring. It's a whole ritual, family. I like serpents. Serpent ring. Serpents in Egypt used to guard the wealth. And you know I'm the minister of wealth for the Soul Tribe. Another serpent ring to guard the wealth. And look up what serpents mean. I know what we've been taught. And I'm about to bring Chief Mac on, family. He's going to talk to us. Put this on these were gifts given to me. Open up the first eye chakra that people call the third eye chakra. It's a whole ritual. So, family, without any further ado, I'm going to introduce to some and present the other, the chief of the Soul Tribe, none other than our chief, Chief Mac. Hey, Chief, welcome.
Superior Rising, Soul
Superior
Family,
Rising, my love.
and Kia. Your hair looks absolutely great, Kia.
Thank you, Chief.
You just fluff it up, and yeah, it's just blessed to be able to have such beautiful hair at your age like that, man. It was a treat for us to watch.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Chief.
I just want to say I feel great this morning. I am grateful that I'm alive, healthy, and well, helping out the world.
Yes, sir.
Bringing redemption to people, that the weapon formed against us would prosper. I am so happy, and few people can say that, but I'm happy.
Yes, sir. I'm happy too, Chief.
Yeah, I'm happy to get out this morning and be victorious and win, and I'm enjoying myself while I'm doing it.
Yes, sir. Chief, you know, a lot of people were wondering about the Spirit Airlines shutting down, and I told them that a lot of these airports are portals, and they were bringing in not only just, portals where entities were coming in, but also people that were flying in were transporting drugs and children and guns. And it's a whole new era now. They won't be allowed to do this. They're going to do away with a lot of these old airlines, and we're going to bring in what's called Freedom Cities and Flyin Cars and advanced technology. And that kind of, evolved into us talking about what's happening on the land, because somebody brought it up in the comments. And I was like, a lot of this old outdated stuff was stealing from us. They stole the technology from us, reversed the engineering and said it was their technology with these airplanes. That's old outdated stuff. And then they came and stole our land and they stole our identity. So the conversation just evolved. And We asked you to come on because I
Yeah,
saw you in the chat.
actually, they didn't steal anything.
Okay.
It was handed over to them by the nobility.
Oh, go teach, Chief.
They didn't steal nothing. Everything was a lay down. It was given
Okay.
to them. They were brought
Mm.
here, and just the facts, guy. We are saying now with the information of Rod Hayes, Bubba Bay, Dr. Hill, myself, and other people,
Old
teaching
toothbrush.
about the
Mm.
black nobility, the hidden hand that's behind it all.
Mm.
And you talk about the black Moors, which produced the boule.
So these are melanated beings you're
These are
talking about.
melanated beings. These are really what you call your original Europeans were melanated. If you go to Europe, you'll see all kind of old ancient statues of melanated beings on these platforms,
Mm-hmm.
and all of the castles across this world were built by melanated beings for melanated beings stayed into. And it wasn't recent until the past maybe 300 years or so where these people, uh, YT people, were placed inside these castles, but they didn't build the castles. Their families are not the original bloodline families of the. Now you're saying in Russia that the original people in Russia were melanated, that Hitler was melanated. Now we're depicting all of this right now. All of this right now. So, and when they say they brought us here on slave ships, that never happened. So if anybody's stuck in it, that never happened. And in fact, the people who were brought here on slave ships were named Slavics. And that's where they get the words, that's where the word slave derived from. So these people were brought here, and that's when all of these, what we call so-called whitewashing happened. But who brought them here? Who brought these people here?
Good question. Brother Reese said we were enslaved by our own people, but they're not our people. These were not our people that enslaved us. Now, some of our people joined the Boule and they in a secret society, but these melanated beings that were Moors that came from North Africa and Europe, they're not us. They're not. We're different. Have different phenotypes. We're different people, and many of them are actually children of fallen angels. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's not, you can always, we can double dutch going in and out. But now we did mix in with some of them. We
I
did
agree.
mix, we mixed in with some of them. And that's why you have the few that's going back and forth between us, and we can be family or even us as indigenous people in the land. But while we are at each other, at odds with each other more than any other race of people, it's we are the enemies. But guys, I am going to when you watch the movie called an old production, one of the biggest production done in America called Green Pastures. Y'all need to watch that. It is a powerful production movie that you watch. When you have the understanding that we have, and you watch that movie, it's going to tell you the truth about who y'all savior, so-called savior, never existed because they never said his name in this movie. The movie Green Pasture was a production done in America where it showed that all so-called black people were in heaven with the creator. All black people, no other people in the world were in heaven but the black people. So it showed that the black people are the sons and daughter, the angels. They also showed a little black boy on the cloud floating, and he said, Oz an Indian in the movie. Because we knew that back then, back in 1936. We knew that. And then they showed you who Pharaoh was, and Pharaoh was a Moor. Pharaoh was a Moor, melanated man. And the Pharaoh is just an allegorical name. It's just but it's when I saw that with the understanding that I have, I said, wow. So when the creator said, let my people go, he was telling a black Moor to let his people go because he was the Pharaoh. Pharaoh just means that the enemy of my people, Pharaoh. That's just an allegorical name. When I watched the movie, he had a red hat on with a tassel and a moon, crescent moon and a star with that hat on and had the people. The show, it's a powerful movie. Powerful. And it showed that the angel that was next to the Most High, which is a so-called a black man, so-called black man, was Gabriel. And they never said anything about Jesus in that movie at all, period.
Mm.
All of this Jesus stuff is new. They never said anything about if Jesus existed or was the son of the Most High, why did they not say his name in this movie almost 100 years ago? Why? So you got to pay attention to stuff like this. So the true Americans, you can't be a true American unless you're melanated. To be honest, come on now. But the people were brought here on this, and the slave ship is just made up. But they got that in Deuteronomy, in the
Made
Bible,
up.
Deuteronomy, talk about we were brought here on slave ships, and that's something. Get that out of our mind because we never came. We are simply POWs, prisoners of war. And this is why so many of us are in the prison system right now, because we are at war. It's war against the indigenous people.
Yes,
It's
sir.
war. So how, if they didn't have over 80 to 90% of our melanated men and women in the prison system, then it wouldn't be no room for the other nations to come over here.
Mm.
So when they got about 80 to 90% of the indigenous men and women in the prison system, that's how they make room to continue to bring the other nations over here for infiltration. Then they funnel their money through our states to get food stamps, public housing, and everything. They make room for them by putting us in the prison system. And I realized nobody said that, but I never thought about it. I said, wait a minute. So they're able to funnel money to them because when you put over 80 to 90% of the indigenous brothers and sisters in prison, guess what? Did you make money for the whole world? Because they're pulling money out of the indigenous brothers and sisters of state when they put them in these prison systems. Then they got them doing free labor. So it is a beautiful business for the powers to be because it's making money for everybody. And then these people know this stuff. They know it, but they don't care because they're living good. But that's not the game. They're living good. So I know it may be painful for certain people to hear this, but it's just the truth. And we don't like it. We're at the bottom, but we're not going to be at the bottom for much longer at all. And all of this technology didn't know YT, man, create no electric cars and none of that stuff.
No.
Nobody, you're not creators at all.
They can't. They're a new race. They can't even be creators. They're a new race.
No, with electric cars, and over 90+% of the inventions that are in America were created by indigenous melanated men and women. And this is why we have to re-educate and reteach. And this is why I'm proud of my people. I'm proud of my culture, especially with all the information that I have in my head and what I know. I operate. If anybody think anything different about me, he's second because I'm a righteous man. I know too much. I know that I can't be low down and wicked to my brother and sister because it's going to come back on me, and not only me, but my bloodline. I know I'm here to break those generational curses off of our family through high vibrational living, and that's the only way you can do it. But I know too much to be anything but high vibrational because it's the overflow that's happening in my life. And I want to break these generational curses off our family. We have to re-educate our people because a lot of our young people think that we were slaves. They believe Black history. Black history is no longer going to be in existence. And this is why so-called Jesse Jackson, so-called happened to die. He could have so-called died in any other month, but why was it in in February? Because they were saying that the end of Black History Month.
Right.
In fact, Jesse Jackson was the one, a black boule card carrying.
Remember?
And I could say something about him that would really mess people up. This world is so wicked, man, with deception, man. It's so wicked that if I told y'all the truth, you'd throw that meat up. Can't handle the truth, man. So I have to just water the truth that I know down. I have to water it down because if I said the truth about what type of world we in, did you know ain't no hell you're going to when you're in it already. And
somebody said, go ahead.
Go ahead. Somebody said what?
Somebody said in the comments that they heard that Jesus and the Bible and Satan were one and the Lucifer were one and the same. You said that as well. You know,
I've been saying Yeah, I've been found that out years ago. Now
Years
people are
ago.
starting to do their own research. People are scared to do research because they're scared to find out the truth. They don't
Mm,
want to do it.
mm.
The truth will set you free, but when you're indoctrinated, you're scared. The average religious person don't want to read any other books or nothing because they're scared to find out the truth. But when you have built your foundation on a lie, the truth is scary. People who have built a lifestyle off of the lie, off of the line.
Oh, speaking of lies, Chief, I tried to put up a video that said Hitler was black, and I showed the real picture, but YouTube flagged it, and they said it was hate. It was hate speech to say Hitler was black. They don't want the truth to be out, so I just took it down.
I got that on my Facebook page with
Okay.
Hitler, and I'll try to put that on my YouTube page for people to see that the original Hitler was melanated.
It was
And so what they
melanated.
did, they have taken all of our like a small sugar sign,
Mm-hmm.
they turned it inside out, like the Confederate flag was our flag, the Confederate flag.
Mm-hmm.
And they put that, make you think that it's a so-called white flag, it's racist. But it's a lot of re-education that we have to do with our people. Because
Because the
the
Holocaust, like you said,
yeah,
even the Holocaust, it didn't happen. At least not like they said. At
thank
least.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all remember how about 20, 30 years ago, they used to show so-called over in Israel. I mean, people poor, and can't you send a donation to help them out? And those are crisis actors.
Wow.
They show a little boy with flies flying on his lip. They put some fake dirt on his face, and he looking sad. His face turned sideways. They play some violin music in the background. Can you be God's children? You'll be blessed. Could you send a promise for 6 months that you'll send $39.99 to feed the children? Look at them. They have a music playing in the background. And my mom watching that and sending bill money, light and gas money to these people. Next thing you know, the lights are off. My dad like, what the hell, Tony? Because she sent $40 for light and gas money over to these people because television is pulling the heartstrings of the indigenous people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm glad I woke up out of that. You know, you ask the people for money who don't even have it. But then you pull their heartstrings, say if you give it, then you'll be blessed 10 times more. You know, and they had our own people lying to our people because, you know, if he got the ability to get free money without paying taxes, that was an incentive to continue to lie to people. You know, and you know, I'm glad I woke up out of that, but we need to put our properties, our affairs in trust.
Okay. Talk about that.
And this is why they have been able to, they have been allowed to steal from us, take from us, and con us out of our, because we didn't have things in trust. A lot of things we talk about eminent domain, when they were able to steal our land. So much land and property in the South was stolen from us because of this.
Mm-hmm.
They raised the property taxes up in our areas, and then you know they raised up, and we can't afford to pay it. They raised the property. You know, everything is higher in the indigenous area. We pay more for gas. We pay more for cheap food. We pay more for everything, and we get paid the least out of any other race of people. And the sickening thing about it is that when you put us on top of each other and pack us together, and we don't have money, we don't have a means to live a righteous life with an overflow, we become dangerous to each other. Then they came out in the 80s and playing this so-called gangster music, saying F the police and showing us killing each other over drugs and robbing each other. And that's sorcery for our young men and women to see that and thinking that's how we supposed to act with each other. And all the other nations stood by on the backside and they're saying, y'all stop killing each other. Y'all love each other. They sat back there and they watch our demise, us kill each other and be wicked toward each other. They watch us on these social media platforms be derogatory to us and be hateful to each other. And that brings joy to their heart. That's why I refuse to be that way
Mm,
toward my people. We have gone to
mm,
do much, and many of us are hurt and pain, going through pain right now, going to the generation of curses because of the hate that we have toward each other. I refuse to be that way, man. I'm living my best life already. But all the other nations are sitting on the wayside and watch us act like baboons and monkeys. And many people that still act that way, you're part of the problem why we are looked at like that. You think that you're trying to shame your brother and sister or allow them to cause chaos like that, and this makes the other nation saying, yes, yes. As
mhm.
long as they continue to do that right there, we will be victorious over them. And I refuse to be that way. I would not tell a lie on anybody. It's not worth it. I'm trying. I'm one of the people that's trying to put a stop to that type of behavior because we can be robbed and stolen from and stolen from our states to live their best life. And I watch people in Chicago, in Atlanta, Detroit, when I can travel to these different places, and I watch every day enjoying themselves in our land. They got the wealth, the means, they're giving accounts, they're giving money. You go to the banks, they don't need to have a credit score. That's for us. These folks don't need to have a credit score. They're told when they come in here, the script is you give these folks what they want.
Yeah,
We
go ahead.
go ahead.
You were telling us that after you authenticated your birth certificate, you were able to look it up and you discovered that there were a lot of people actually building complexes and homes and doing all type
Yeah.
of buildings with your birth certificate bond.
Well, when you get your birth certificate authenticated, in order to get your birth certificate authenticated on the federal level, it has to be done on the state level first, the state you were born in. But when you got it authenticated on the state level, on the federal level, that makes you full faith and credit. They mail
Mhm.
that back to you on bond paper, and it says that you're full faith and credit, and it has a number at the very top. And so this is what was this? This is about 2 years ago. They were saying you take a series of numbers and you put those numbers in front and add it to the numbers that you got. You Google that, and I was blown away when I saw what happened. It showed that these contractors that build these homes, subdivisions, were using my estate. They don't even use their own money. So they're using our state to
Mm,
turn in against us. They've been building houses and complexes with the funds that was in my state. So you got
mm,
houses that is in my state name that they were using. And this is what they're doing. They're using our own monies to take over our land. And this is the
mm,
rabbit hole goes deep, man. I mean,
mm,
I know. See, I have a lot of information in my head, a lot of information. When I view and look at life, I realize that there is no savior other than me because the creator is in me. And the only way you can see him in you is when you get rid of the trash, the clutter in your heart. You can see him and feel him. And that's
mm,
to get rid of any envy, hate, malice, or jealousy in your heart. To even separate from people that you see have envy, hate, malice, and jealousy in their heart. Because when you listen to people talk real bad about other people themselves like that, and you listen to that, it goes into your ear gate. This is why they say be careful what your eyes and ears take in, because it
mm,
feeds your spirit, you know. And so when people over here listen to us and accept what we're saying, you're feeding your spirit the righteous way. But I refuse to be any other way but righteous
yes, sir.
because that's how I escape this hell and turn it into my heaven on earth. I refuse to come. This is my last go round in this ghetto.
Yes,
And
sir. Me
it's the
too.
last. And in fact, while we're here, we're gonna free ourselves up, and we're gonna be able to free up other people who needs freedom. We're gonna be able to do that as well. So we are the Christ
Yes,
in
sir.
mind, body, soul, spirit, and in action. We are the Christ conscious that's been resurrected. Our minds. And if you don't see yourself as that, and if somebody do something wicked to you, you don't have to go back and be that's wicked, wicked. You can just say, give it over to the celestial family and great spirit. And they're
Mm,
gonna raise you up, contrary to what anybody think or say about you. You're gonna see yourself rise and rise because you don't have to be that way. But I'm looking for our brothers and sisters to walk out of these prison systems.
mm.
I'm looking at
Listen to
these.
this, Chief. One second. I am infinite says, yes, I found a Morgan Stanley mortgage trust bond in my daughter's name in the billions under the SEC Edgar website. Whoa.
So
In the
why don't we get angry, brothers and sisters, and stop fighting and lying on each other? And why don't we join together, man, and get our inheritance back? Why don't we try that? Because we're not good at that. We're good at being wicked and ignorant toward each other. Why don't we come together and help get our state back? That our ancestors are hoping that we can do this and come together. Hoping we can do that. Why don't we fight to come together and fight for each other?
Can
So
I say
while
something
you
about that? Go ahead.
go ahead.
Because you're saying let's come together, because it's not the white man that's the black man's enemy. It's not the black man that's the white man's enemy. It's not these immigrants and migrants that's our enemy. It's that there are entities that existed outside this earth plane that enter here that caused all this confusion, and they put people in place. Like, for example, the Moors that came here, those, a lot of them, they're not even human. And they were doing nefarious things, as you all said. So they look like us, but they ain't us. They were shape shifting and trying to look like us, but they don't even look like us.
Well, they told you.
Us.
They told you in the Bible, if you would look at it, the snake, the so-called Eve ate the apple, and it was a snake that talked to her. But that's an allegorical, pleasurized story. What it was, they showed it. The snake represents a cold-blooded reptile, and had relations with a melanated person, and had offspring. They tell you offspring. These are demigods. They're half-breeds. And what they did, when they did that, then they created a kind of man. And so we have these entities on the world stage. They're the ones that people love and adore on the world stage. And they come in every so-called color. They come in every color. And they're demigods, half-breeds. And they're the puppets placed there by the puppet masters. Okay. Now, when they say devils, and the people of religions are so mixed up, the devils are here on earth.
Yes.
They're here on earth. Ain't no one. The devil don't mean plural. I mean, it don't mean singular. It's plural. Lucifer, the morning star, is singular. It is an entity, one source and one entity. And the devils are his creations. They're on earth, working for him. So y'all got this thing all mixed up in religion, all mixed up. They mixed most Christians up so bad, they didn't even realize that 6 years ago, that pandemic was war against the people, against them. You've been primed to believe, and then you didn't execute any amount of faith. That needle became their savior and salvation. You were supposed to be holy, set apart, and not moving in the way the world was moving, but the world was moving in fear, and the Christians moved right along with them. Because you got devils, inverted devils that are teaching all religion. Inverted devils teaching all religion, and then preaching to you guys and throwing up Luciferian hand gestures as Reverend Barbara Lewis King, that stands flat for the 6'7". I'm gonna send that clip to you, Kia, but that was preaching and threw up a devil's horn right in the middle of the service on the people. And they talk so the devil don't present it. The so-called Lucifer don't send his people to present themselves as devil. They come to you with a smile on their face. They come to you in the beginning, which you trying to be everything but righteous. They come to you with a smile on their face, but in the end, they come to steal, kill, and destroy. That's the devil. That's what devils do. And the devil come in every color. They come to steal, kill, and destroy. They hate. They thrive in chaos. That's the only way they know how to thrive in.
That's
Separate
right.
your, separate yourself from people like that. All they know how to do is every it's always something going on. It's always something negative going on.
Always.
It's always something. If it's and with you, it's always something. I mean, if you follow these type of people, it's always somebody else. It's not them. It's always a problem. He did this, she did that, they did this, and there's always a problem. You got to stay away from people like that. See, I'm connected with you, Dr. Kidd. You're high vibrational. You
Thank
connect with me. I'm high vibrational, and you have high vibrational vibration and frequency men and women on your show.
Yes, sir.
And together, collectively, we're feeding the soul family and soul tribe. We come together as a collective unit and we meet up right here. And we got some smart people. We got a few haters here. They learning too. They learn from us.
They're learning.
They're learning too. And then they go try to follow us, but then talk about us. So, but the majority of the people here, this show wouldn't be what it is. Dr. Kidd wouldn't be what she is. I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for you guys to push us.
That's right.
To
That's
push
right.
us so that we can pull you guys with us. So it's a push and pull thing. We are nobody's leaders. Nobody's leaders. I am not the smartest man. I am not a guru of anything, but I'm a pretty smart guy. And I operate with high vibrations and love, because love and authenticity and accountabilities are the highest forms.
Chief, somebody has a question for you. Can you take a question?
Yeah, sure.
Misty says, what do you recommend for us Mexicans or mixed race? I'm not sure if she means
Misty says she's mixed race. When you say mixed race, I mean, I don't know. You talking about so-called half black and Mexican? I mean, what are you saying?
I don't know. Or she said Mexican too. Mexicans are actually, in terms of the land mass, Mexico is part of America. Isn't that correct?
Well, here's the
North
thing.
America?
The real so-called Mexicans are melanated.
Yeah.
They don't want to show them.
They don't. They don't.
The so-called Mexicans that they push on TV are conquistadors, Spaniards, and conquistadors and Asians. They are mixed in with each other. And this is why, for a long time, before I do the backstory behind it, I said, why do Mexicans and the Asians look alike? Because they are the same people, guys.
They're the same people, yeah.
They're the same people.
And the Native Americans, they look the same too.
It's all the same. Native Americans, all that, they're all the same people.
All the same.
They're the same people. The Mongolians who come from Siberia that mixed in with the Spaniards, conquistadors. You go to anyone, I'm saying, are you a conquistador? Yes, my friend. How you doing, my friend? I said, yeah, I know the backstory behind it. Yes. And then these Hebrew Israelite churches, they're saying that the Mexicans are the Issachar, whatever you call it. They're one of the tribes, the 12 tribes of Israel. And that 12 tribes sheet is full of baloney. They got to say 12 because 1 + 2 is 3. So that's the Freemason numerology, man. But
yeah, they're the Olmecs. The original ones are Olmecs.
Which is us.
Which is us.
Yeah. If you see the old pictures of an Olmecs, they have a nose like mine and the eyes like I have, Which
yes.
the Mayans, the Olmecs and all that, those are us. The Mississippians, from Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, Arkansas, Alabama, all of that represents the Mississippian and the Mississippi River.
Original everything.
Yes.
Original everything was melanated.
There's no other land mass in the world that has as many fresh water and rivers and lakes as America. And that represents life.
Yes.
It represents life. When you got the Mississippi River that runs all the way north to south and got other streams, those are like veins, purified and cleansed in this land. And most of the pyramids that they covered up with dirt, and they call them landfills, because all of your landfills across America are pyramids. And I'm the first to say that. All of the landfills are pyramids. So when I rap, I just get a certain amount of energy I feel when I ride past. Here in Gary, Indiana, we have one giant pyramid off Bird Street. I grew up less than 2 miles, two miles from that pyramid as a child. As a child, they used to dump trash on that pyramid. They was putting dirt on top of it.
Wow.
Back in the 70s and the 70s, I can remember as a child, they were putting trash on top of that pyramid. Just like in Virginia, they have a pyramid. It's called Mount Trashmore. I was flying in a plane.
Mount Trashmore.
Mount Trashmore is in Virginia. I was flying in a plane to the indigenous Indian retreat they were having, and something told me to take my phone. I saw a long river in a plane on the ground. So I know that when you see these rivers, there are pyramids next to it. So I took my phone out. I was recording that river. What was that, Kia?
I don't know. I heard it, but I don't know.
Did y'all hear that noise?
Did y'all hear it? I heard it was like, yeah.
Really?
I heard it.
UCC 1-308, all rights reserved. We have freedom of speech. I know I'm not a U.S. citizen, but a state national. I operate in trust. I'm not black. I'm not an African American. I'm not a U.S. citizen. I operate in trust.
They heard it, fam, Chief. They're saying, "Yep, it sounds like an EBS sound." They're also people are saying they heard that sound.
That's crazy, guys. We put in work, guys. That's why we got to come together. We have to come together and fight for each other. We live in a wicked world ran by. Listen, this thing is beyond black and white. Because black and white don't have anything to do with the color. This thing is, hey, we're gonna have to come together and put our sleeves up and fight together, man. I'm telling y'all. We got y'all see black and white. You see each other trying to thrive and be, but it's beyond that. You see each other, but the enemy at hand, you don't see. I see it. The enemy at hand that you can't see, you only fight against what you can see. And it's sad that we are not fighting against flesh and blood, guys. It's sad that. We got entities that can walk through your walls and follow you around. And when you operate with lower vibration, then you wonder why people are being demonically possessed and people at nighttime are being bashed and jumping around and moving around by these entities.
But what is it about this information they don't want out? Because every people in the comments are saying they don't want this information out there, flagging the message.
Because it's gonna cause people to think and cause people to stop operating with lower vibrations and come together. And they don't want that because when we fight against each other and come against each other like that, it ensures that they're going to be prosperous over us. But when we talk this way and people are hearing it and they start making that internal change in their hearts, then that's dangerous to them. They're losing control. And it's happening. It's happening. It's happening right now. They'll use people who operate with lower vibrations to try to come against you. But as long as we keep each other prayed up, lifted, we operate with high vibration, no weapon formed against you, it's not going to prosper. But they don't want this information out there. You know, they don't want, we giving people life with true history, true words of high vibration. They don't want that at all, guys. So we're putting a dent. We're putting a dent in this beast system. That's why it's so important for us to operate this way. And what you're doing here, putting out information like that, you got more people that appreciate us than people that don't.
Yes,
and that'll always be. You're gonna always have those small few who haven't found the masterpiece in them because they operate with lower vibration and frequencies, and that's the having hate, envy, malice, and jealousy in your heart. I'm so happy and glad that that's not me.
Yes, sir.
I'm so glad that I found the masterpiece in me that I don't have to go on other people's platforms and be envious and mad and jealous at them. If anybody does that, it's because they're empty and void inside.
Mm.
They
Somebody
always
said,
point. Go ahead.
somebody said the video stops playing, or there are lots of interruptions on the video. Wow, and it stops playing. It's buffering. I didn't know that. Go
We
ahead.
giving it to them.
Mm.
Earth is a prison planet, brothers and sisters.
Mm.
Earth is a prison planet. And we are down here with all of these entities that they said went to hell. Earth is that hell. So they've been sent. If they were sent to Earth and we're down here with them, where do you think we are? We're down here with these, what you guys call demons. Demon is just a disembodied spirit.
Okay.
Demons are souls that once walked the earth, that lost that meat suit, and they're walking this earth in their spirit form.
And to you, let me stop, Chief. May I interject? And you taught me, and this is something you and I are going to do a video on, the way a lot of these demons enter the body of these living beings is through drugs and alcohol. One of the ways. So we need to put down those things.
We don't talk about that. Yes, I mean, I this is why I've never done drugs.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done drugs. I'm proud to say that. I've never even smoked weed before.
Mm-hmm.
And even though weed was an indigenous thing, when it was done hundreds of years ago, when we grew our own foods and plants and herbs. But I'm here to tell you guys that the weed that anybody's smoking is laced.
Absolutely.
You're going to be in trouble. I can't tell you about the amount of stories that I've heard people say they smoke weed, they laced it, and people have lost their minds.
I know. That's true.
They sensationalize this stuff by these so-called rappers, and these rappers are not even up there. Black Boule, they're agents, they're disinformation agents, but they're smoking weed, and the people out here smoking weed, and they sensationalize that, and that weed that you're smoking is going to open you up to these disembodied spirits. And you see so many people are functioning, they're functioning, how can I say this word? When you say people are functioning drug addicts, you got people who are functioning possession people. They're possessed, but they're functional at the same time.
Chief, I have a cousin who, Reese, I hear what you're saying. You're saying weed is not a drug, blah, blah, blah. But I shouldn't say blah, but the weed that's being produced now is laced. And I know this Chief is right. I also know this because I have a cousin who is a drug and alcohol professional. She's been doing this for over 30 years. She called me several years ago and she said, we're seeing people that are losing their minds who only smoke weed. And it's because they're lacing the weed with fentanyl. This is why the government took over the whole weed growing thing, not only to make money, because they were lacing it with fentanyl and other drugs. This is why President Trump told other nations that not only are we going to put tariffs on you, we're going to block you from sending fentanyl and other drugs into the country. Now, yes, the government was complicit in that before, but y'all have to stop trying to negate everything. Especially, I hear what you're saying, Reese. I know you have your own platform, you have your own motivation, you have you have a following, and you may be trying to draw people from this crowd over there. But I need you to stop trying to negate what the Chief is saying because he's dropping knowledge. All right, Chief, I yield back to you.
Again, I said, and the people didn't listen to me. If you're not growing your own weed, you're in danger if you're smoking it. That's what I said. If you have the ability to have your own land, knowing you got the soil from, and you grow your plants, when you speak life into your plants, you talk to they living. And they reincarnate themselves over and over again. If you're not doing that, if you're smoking weed, and that's what's wrong with our people, if you make an excuse about that, then you're putting your people in danger. We just said right now that they're putting fentanyl in weed and people are losing their minds. And how they're able to lose their mind is because spirits, it's a portal for spirits that weed, the drugs, and it's just a drug. It drops your mind and opens you up to the point you can't protect yourself from these entities. Listen, these entities have tried to jump in people, regular people like us, but they can't penetrate
Mm,
us. They're going
mm,
to try. You ever find yourself lying down in bed and you feel like the bed go down some, or you feel like you
mm,
be sleeping at night, and have you guys ever felt like the cover move? That's what they get
mm.
scared. You say, get out of here right now. Get out right now. You're here uninvitedly. Get out of here right now. There are plenty of people who have felt a presence or felt something touch their leg, or I'm telling you, we live in a spiritual world, and until you get it like that, you're going to continue to operate in lower vibration. Drugs open you up to spirits. It's a gate hole for spirits to enter into your soul. That's why they call it spirits. I have so many stories about weed and fentanyl. This stuff is made by these reptilian entities. It's made by them. Just
If it
like
was
any.
helping,
Go
if it
ahead.
was help the younger people that, because I know my children went through that phase when they went to college saying, Mom, no, it's the weed is healthy, because that's what the government was saying, even in their colleges. But here's the thing. We saw, since the government took over the weed industry, we had what, almost a whole generation. Why are they not productive? They haven't done anything productive. All those people that were smoking weed, that were being helped by this natural product, but they haven't produced anything. They've been lazy. They've been reckless,
Listen,
and they're sick and in the hospital or in prison now. Go ahead, T.
listen, guys. You can do whatever you want to do.
Yes,
I'm just
sir.
a messenger. There's no need to be mad at me or whoever because we're saying things about weed. Just do what you want to do. Pull the meat from the bones in terms of what I say and Pierce says. I'm just here to say I've been around for almost 55 years, and I grew up in the hood, and I've seen a lot. So when I speak, I'm speaking from experience. I've been around dope, drugs, keys. I didn't have guns put to me. I've seen this the type of wickedness that comes along with a deal with drugs. It brings death, murder, separates the family. I've seen this things. I've been the dope game is it's demonic. Now they trying to sensationalize it. These dispensers and they really giving other people the ability to make all this money off of having these dispensers. It's not
Mhm.
a lot of us that have these dispensers.
They're blocking it from us. I've had
Yes.
family members that tried to get in the industry and came with money,
So come
but
on now. And these
they have
people
all
are
these.
making they're
Go ahead.
making a boatload of money.
Mm, mm, mm-hmm,
They're making a
mm,
boatload of money out of having these dispensers like that. And you guys listen, you can do what you want to do. Listen, whatever type of high or so far you get them from smoking weed, I get it from playing the piano, from
yes.
exercising and working out,
Mm,
from being able to travel and just go to any city I want to go. If I want to be in New York tomorrow, I could get in my car and drive to New York tomorrow. And
mm,
I got the finance to be able to do it whatever I want you guys to bring you the information.
mm.
You see, I got my piano right there.
Oh, wow, T. Wow.
My piano right there that I play to
Mm,
bring music and hit those vibrations. It's just
mm.
so y'all hear. So that's what I do. I play, and I've seen praise and worship to myself.
Mm.
Come on, come on. That's praise and worship. I feed it myself. That's a gift that I was given at birth. And I was being to play the piano and the life that I was living before this one. And I serenade myself. I feed myself high vibrations. And I sing praise and worship to myself. Then I go out these damn streets and be victorious.
Mm,
So find out what your niche is, brothers and sisters. Whether it's exercise, working out, just singing praise work, going out there and being a help to somebody, being a superhero, uh, to someone out the streets, and build up some kingdom points. Live with intentions, like I'm living. Live with intentions.
Yes.
Music feeds the soul, and that's why I don't look my age, because the
Mm.
Creator gave me a gift,
Mm.
and I'm thankful. I operate with high vibration. I've been attacked all my life. I've been lied on all my life. I've been that guy that been people have been jealous of all my life. So they nothing new to me.
Mm.
But my family love me. My family loves me. My brother loves me. They want to be. My sisters love me. Even though they are still asleep, they love me because
Mhm.
they know that I am that saving salvation to my family. I'm that one that was sent, and I'm not trying to compete with anybody but myself. I got love in my heart. Because love covers a multitude. I am a fighter.
Mm.
But I've been a fighter since birth. I'm
Mhm.
not giving up. No weapon formed against me is going to prosper. I'm not going to give up, guys. Don't give up. Keep on fighting, brothers and sisters. Don't give up. I don't care what. They're going to try to ride this thing out and make us suffer before the overflow comes with this wealth transfer, guys.
Oh,
That's why it
wow.
hasn't happened yet. They're trying to make you give up. I didn't tell you to hold on and be strong. They're trying to make us give up. Don't give up. Don't sell your foreign currency. Don't listen to anybody saying it's not going to happen. It's
Yes,
going to happen. They're
it is.
trying to they're trying to make us bleed out. You're gonna get knocked down, dust off. You may lose your car, dust off. You may lose your house, dust off. Because tough
Mm.
times don't last. Tough people do.
Wow.
I can remember saying that I gave it 3 years ago. I told the creator, I'm gonna trust in you.
Mm.
I am gonna trust in you, oh great spirit. But all my financial needs are gonna be met. And that no weapon formed against me shall not and will not prosper. I'm not going to stress and I'm not going to worry, oh great spirit.
Mm.
I'm your son. I was sent here and mandated by you to do your will, and I am doing it. But I'm not perfect. And 3 years ago, I've had an overflow happen.
Mhm.
I had people that lie on me and betrayed me, but he was just removing them that bring righteous
Mhm.
people in my life. That's what I'm meant. And you and I linked up, Katia.
Mhm.
Then I had a meeting in Jacksonville, Florida, and I had talked to people. I said, wait a minute, kid, do you live in Jackson? She said, yes. And you didn't live too far away in this speaking engagement that I was sent to.
Yes.
And when you came and did you heard the way I spoke to those people and how these people, she said, Chief, I got to bring you on my show.
Yeah.
And I've been on your show, and we have been, just feeding the people righteous information, giving
Ever
the
since.
information out there to the people to make an executive decision at the 11th hour.
Mhm.
People have learned about the private sector in a way I broke down the trust in a way that a lot of people don't know. You're putting out, giving great information, bringing some very smart, intelligent people on your podcast, feeding the people. And then, but because of that, you got a lot of people envious and jealous of you, mad at you.
I've
But
noticed.
it comes along with the territory because
It does.
ain't nobody hating on the average people.
Right. Right.
You ain't average,
Thank you, Chief.
and you ain't hating because you winning, and the haters ain't winning, but
Mm.
winners ain't hating in that order, And so I don't have a reason to hate. I look good, I smell
Mm.
good, I dress nice, I'm enjoying my singlehood, I'm enjoying myself by myself. I'm living with intentions. I'm living with
Living with
expectations,
intention and
and I'm
expectation.
helping a lot of people. So people who talk about other people ain't helping nobody. I'm fulfilled. I got so many people that I have helped, and that's at my discretion. So don't think
Mhm.
you can call me, reach out to me, and give me a
Mhm.
sob story
Get something free.
with some strange plan behind it. And okay, I said, okay, dokie. Okay, I just no. I allow the ancient of days to deal with me. When I'm in bed laying down and my mind is opened up and I talk and I said,
Mhm.
what do you think I could have done better?
Yeah.
Okay, do this in X, Y, Z. So I leave my mind an open invitation for the celestial one when during the still of night, when it's peaceful, I'm up.
Chief, you had mentioned that people need to hang on. And when you said that, people in the comments were saying they feel like the people in power are trying to bleed them out, that they're trying
Yeah.
to take everything away from them. And how would you encourage the people that feel like, it's just too much? Gas prices just went up more, even more just overnight. So they feel like they're being bled out. What can you offer them to, encourage them
I,
to
you
be
know, I
encouraged?
was I was talking to my high school buddy last night,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying, "Man, this thing is getting ridiculous, man." But I help him get some foreign currency,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm proud to say, I helped this brother stop a foreclosure. I was able to get my
Oh,
car,
wow.
drive him an hour away to South Bend, Indiana, drop those court papers off, and stop. The foreclosure was supposed to happen Wednesday, and a foreclosure can stop a foreclosure and happen the very next day. And
Mm.
so I help him do that. And if you got some foreign currency, let that be the motivation behind anything that you're going through. Hold on. One thing you don't want to lose is that foreign currency, because there's a time coming sooner than later where we're gonna be able to walk in these banks and we're gonna have joy when we walk out of there, guys.
Mm.
Trust me. And continue to listen to high vibrational people. Stay away from negative people, people who don't love you, who don't celebrate you.
Mm.
Sometimes cry and release, because tears release pain,
Yes.
agony in your heart. If you have to cry
Yes.
and let it out, sometimes a good cry, go outside and look up to the heavens and just cry and say, help sustain me.
Mm.
Help sustain me in
Mm.
this 11th hour, great spirit. Whatever your faith and your belief is, just ask the creator to help sustain you. Because I do these things. Yes, you're going to be attacked. We've been
Mm.
sent to a world to be tried.
Mm.
It ain't supposed to be a cakewalk. We were sent here to be tried. Earth it's supposed to polish us,
Wow.
shine us, and polish us. It said in Zechariah in the Old Text, and I think Zechariah 9, that we were going to be put through the fire.
Mm.
Said
Mm.
that, brother. We're being put through the fire right now, brothers and sisters.
Mm.
And it said that those who make it through the fire will come out as silver and gold,
Mm.
shining as
Mm.
silver and gold. Come on, man. It said you're going to have people come against you. That's going to talk about you, ridicule you, persecute you, lie on you. You're going to lose a house, lose a car, lose a relationship. You're going to feel bad. But then find out something you can do. Exercise and releases endorphins. Get out
Mm.
there and walk. You don't have to have a gym membership. Get out there and walk. The weather is getting warmer. Get out there and walk. And while you walk and cry, let those tears come out. Don't hold
Thank,
in. Say,
thank you.
I'm victorious. I am powerful. I am an overcomer. I'm a righteous man and woman. Yet no weapon formed against me shall not prosper. The wealth of the wicked is being turned over to us. So if the wealth of the wicked is being turned over, it ain't supposed to be easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk. This wealth transfer was never supposed to be easy, guys. And that's what
Mm.
we've been lied to.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about breaking generational curses when we get this fund. It ain't, and it was never supposed to be easy. And that's what I told my high school guy, friend. We played ball together. I said, man, this thing ain't supposed to be easy, man. We've been
Mm.
lied to.
Mm. Mm.
We talk about breaking generation curses. This thing ain't supposed to be about cakewalk. It's supposed to be easy like that. We think you're just supposed to get it, and it's just supposed to happen when we say it's supposed to happen. No, but when this thing happens, people are going to be at their wits' end. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here to say, brace yourself. Stop even focus on it. It's going to happen like a thief in the night. When it
Yeah.
happens,
Yeah.
one thing I will say is make sure you, so right now, you should be cleaning your hearts out right now.
I
Don't wait.
agree.
Don't wait till that money comes and think you're going to change. Because all wealth is going to do is going to amplify what's in you already.
Mm.
And if you still got hell in your heart with an overflow of food, you are a fool and you will not hold on to it. Because if you got that chaos still in your heart, that means you can still be triggered. And when you get this wealth, one of the biggest things we're going to find out is how to keep it. If you got a big
Mm-hmm.
mouth now and can't control yourself now, what makes you think you're gonna be able to do it when you get this wealth? You're gonna talk yourself out of the wealth. Because people gonna be
Wow.
looking to, because people gonna be looking to sue you for running your damn mouth. Which a lot of people are
Mm.
gonna be sued. You can't you can't have diarrhea of the mouth and send anything out your mouth with wealth. Can't do that because you're gonna get it taken from you. Unless you're suicidal. So a person
Mm.
that's still talking that way, people are suicidal and they would not only looking to bring themselves down, they want to bring you down with them.
Chief,
People are
somebody
suicidal.
said,
Go ahead.
go ahead. In agreement with what's in alignment with what you're saying, people are saying to keep your vibrations high, do some deep breathing, take deep breaths, and also say 10, at least 10 things for which you're grateful every day. Because when you say things that you're grateful for, it raises your vibrations and it forces you to stop thinking about the negative things that are happening in your life.
When you operate like that, you provoke the ancestors, the Great Spirit.
Mm.
Because we're all being watched. So if you're going through all this right here and you still got the faith to say, I am happy, I am excited, I am an overcomer, I am powerful.
Mm.
And you say these things. They say, oh, so
Mm.
they get it. Send the overflow.
Mm.
Send it. Because that so-called mustard seed of faith is when all your carnal eyes see is that you're not going to make it. It looks like you're not going to make it. You're going to get put out. It looks like that with the carnal eyes, but you got to operate in the spirit. In the spirit, you said that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm going to have all that I can have. I'm going to have groceries for the week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm healthy. Start touching your body. I'm healed. I'm
Mm.
healed. I'm healed. But you got to have a clean heart. You got to
Mm-hmm.
have a clean heart to be able to talk that way. And the days of operating, when you think you can cast spells and doing sorcery and voodoo on people, it's over with.
I agree with that
And in
100%.
fact, it's gonna flip right back around on you. And when it happens to you, you're gonna try to ignore the fact that this happened to you. But it's happening to you. It's no time for that right now. You could be high vibrational and be victorious and win. I
And you
also
know what?
understand. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. One of the things they're doing to prepare for that, in my opinion, which I see it happening, is people who received EBT or food stamps, they can't buy junk food. They can't buy sugar. They can't buy energy drinks, and they're angry about it. A lot of people are angry about it, but they're trying to shift the frequencies. We're
They
trying
are
to.
here.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you said that because I wanted to say this to the people. Brothers and sisters, when you eat your meats, medium rare or rare, that rare has parasites in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way these reptilian entities, they love blood. And
Yes.
your communion is a reptilian ritual
Mm-hmm.
in these churches.
Mm-hmm.
Your communion. And even though you're doing it symbolically, it's the same as doing the real thing. It's a ritual, and rituals are real. When you
Mm-hmm.
eating that flesh with the so-called cracker and drinking that little wine or whatever, and that as a representation of the blood, that is a reptilian ritual, and they got you guys doing it because blood, that's life in the blood. Life is in the blood. They can pull your blood at these hospitals and get a microscope, and they can tell everything about you, what type of sickness you have through
Mm.
your blood. Did you know that?
Interesting.
God,
No, no.
they can pull your blood, and your blood is going to cry out and tell them what's going on with you. This is why they want to pull so much blood from you when you go to these damn hospitals.
Mm.
Because the indigenous people's blood, this is why they have blood plasma centers only in the melanated areas. Why do you think that?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's our blood that they're feeding off of. Our blood is telling them the story about what they need to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
Your blood is alive. It's going to tell you if you have heart problems, liver problems, organ problems. It's going to let them know how high of a ranking your bloodline is, and they're going to try to attack you more because they're reading your blood.
And they do it every time you go to the hospital. It's like, or to a doctor's office. It's like, I got a cough. Why do you need to take my blood?
You need to tell them no. You can opt out.
Yes,
you can opt out. Yeah. You can opt out, and this is what they're doing with the melanated people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you get any type of surgeries or anything like that, they sneak and take parts of your liver. Your liver can grow back. You wonder why you're in so much pain. But people get these type of surgeries done, you know, and our women get these cosmetic surgeries. We are beautiful already. If you got a little weight on you, it's 6 months of consistent working out 4 or 5 days a week will build your body back up. Women get these cosmetic surgeries and go on to different places to get it for cheaper. And they're doing that because they're stealing blood from you. That's why people are passing out and they're stealing your organs from you. I'm going to stop doing that. So they're running a full court press on us, man.
They really are.
A full court press. So stop eating your meat medium rare because there's blood in it. And then once these parasites get inside your body, what feeds parasites? What makes parasites strong? Sugar. Sugar, it ain't you craving sugar, it's the parasites craving the sugar. So when you eat this meat, medium rare, and the parasites get inside your body, they travel to your bloodstream. And what do parasites hate? They hate anything that's bitter. If you like sour sop, bitter melon, any lemon juice, these are things that's highly alkaline.
I see.
And when you put that in your body, the parasites, they start running and trying to run. They hate bitter tastes. They love sugar. And you eat donuts, sugary drinks. So I get my sugar and electrolytes from natural fruits. I get a fresh fruit drink and I mix it with alkaline water so it won't be too sweet. If you just have to have something sweet. But pops, sodas, these carbonated lemonades, these prepackaged so-called orange juice and apple juice, that's not real. Stuff's not real healthy for you. It have cancer agents at the bottom of it. When you look at the bottom of it, that stuff at the bottom is highly acidic. And it feeds the parasites. But anybody that's still eating shrimp, lobster, crabs, you might as well take you a spider, a roach, and what if you have a bug that stings people? That's what you're eating, bugs of the sea. You're eating bugs. Crab is a giant, it's just not but a spider. Your shrimps are roaches. And these sea critters, these sea bugs, what they are, were made to sweep the ocean floor. So if a whale, a giant carcass whale, whatever type of, and that's creatures in the ocean that we don't even know about, guys. And they get old, they die, and they float, and they fall down to the bottom of the depths of the ocean. The shrimp, the crab, and the lobsters, they eat these. And that's why they are so high in cholesterol. If you wonder why your cholesterol level is high, because you eating bugs of the ocean, the sea, that eat doo-doo. When a whale pass off a big, large waste, and it hits the shrimp, crabs, lobsters, and these other crustacean critters, they eat and they keep the ocean floor clean. And you're eating that with your pinky stuck up, paying premium cost for some crustacean insects that are abominable to the body. See, this world has turned us, this beast system has turned us inside out and upside down. And I've been telling my brothers about this, guys. We got to eat healthy.
And another thing,
go ahead.
Thank you, Chief. Our Soul Tribe is saying thank you. Another thing that my mother-in-law warned me about in death when she passed away, she visited me in a dream, is salt. And I haven't listened 100%. Now, Chief, I can even eat sea salt, and then all of a sudden I get drowsy and I'll pass out. Like I just fall out, go to sleep. It makes me, salt makes me drowsy. I don't know what it is about it. I don't care if it's so-called natural sea salt. They got all kind of different sea salt. I can't handle it. Do you know what it's doing? And I'll even just sprinkle a little bit, like on my avocado. My body can't handle it anymore.
That's I'm so glad we're having this conversation, yo. Ooh, I'm glad we're having this conversation, man. That the sugar does that to me. I get drowsy, dizzy, like salt does to you. So I can't play around with it. We're getting older, and the frequencies of this world is changing, forcing the righteous people to eat and cut out certain things in our bodies so our bodies can move up a high vibration. So it's forcing us. That's
I can't eat pink salt. Hold on 1 minute. Donald, I hear what you're saying, pink salt or gray salt. I can't even eat pink salt. That's what I can't eat it. Not Himalayan salt.
The reason being because pieces is loaded with sodium. Because what's loaded with sodium? The tomato paste is it's loaded with sodium. Loaded with it. So you can't eat it, you know. We got to clean up how we eat, guys, or what we put into these temples. I think sugars, salts, there's abominable meats, pork.
That noise just came back, that buzz that we heard earlier. I just heard it again. They don't want people to eat right.
Even they got guys, be intentional. This is called intentional living. Intentional living comes with spiritual and natural benefits. Intentional living is high vibration living. So I live with intentions. I meaning that when you live with intentions, you guard who's around you. You watch what come out of your mouth. You guard yourself. You live it with intention. And people who live with intentions have a high expectation about their life. You got to live intentional, guys. Go ahead.
What about Kim wants to know, Sister Kim wants to know, is pure cane sugar safe?
It all depends on who can handle it, guys. Listen.
Right.
If who can handle it. Like kids have said that you got the salt, the pure salt, but she still can't handle it. Her body's changing. Now, with me, if I just have to have something sweet, I try to I do stages, man. I go get me a fresh squeezed orange juice, but I'll do a fresh squeezed apple juice because it's fresh apple juice. It have a thick color to it. That apple juice you buy from the store already pre-packaged. That's not apple. That's not real apple juice.
Right.
That's not real apple juice, guys. You know, I do these things because that's called H23. When you get the fruit juice, it feeds electrolytes. That and I mix it with water, good alkaline water. I'm eating with intentions because I want to live as long as I can live. Because we got a lot of people to help. We got to guard how we eat. And I'm talking to my brothers, and that's how to pay attention on eating healthy. We older right now. We cannot eat the same way. The world is changing. The frequencies are changing. We're over in 5D. And so people still doing 3D eating, but you should be doing 5D eating right now. But the sugar, the salt, the pork, the certain food that still have pork in it. I don't use regular deodorant. I got my body to the point right now, I don't even have to wear deodorant. Every day.
Yeah.
I have natural deodorants, but I maybe put that on maybe once a week, if that. I'll take a good shower. I'll take a shower with biodegradable soap. I don't use this regular soap in the stores, guys. You open your body up with I don't put lotion on my body. Lotion clogs your pores up. I don't shower with the regular soap that the people shower with. And I was telling my brother because I'm the only one still growing hair, basically. And I said, but I'm not doing the things you guys are doing. And y'all still eating crabs, lobsters, pork, sodas and sugar like that. I say, I don't do that. I can't do that. Refuse to do that. So we got to do better, guys. So let's try to work on eating better, doing better, walking, exercising, drinking alkaline water. If you got want some sugar, just get it out your fruit.
Mm.
Sometimes we just need to do a fruit. Kid, you're about 57, 58, and you are petite in your build.
Thank you,
Petite.
Chief.
You refuse to allow yourself that's a blow up like the World Trade Center.
I, I do. I refuse. Even after I gave birth, I was walking, like you said. I was walking. I was doing aerobics. You know, we used to do aerobics by the VHS tapes, or just jumping around, doing jumping jacks and jump rope and hula hoop. And I can learn that all those things from my uncles used to teach us to do those things. You're right. I refuse to get big, but thank you. I'll be 58 October 1st.
Yeah, so and you're under 160.
Yes, sir. I sure am.
You're under 160. And that's listen, that's intentional living.
Mm.
Intentional living.
Mm.
How can you sit there and preach to the brothers and sisters and you're out of order? You're living by example.
Yeah.
You're living by example. So you are a woman that's righteous enough to speak to the people because you're living by example. You're righteous enough. And we have a lot of righteous men and women who are living by example. I talk to a lot of people. I had to talk with a gentleman yesterday. He got to trust me yesterday. Oh, but we talk about an hour on the phone. Because I choose to pick, because anybody I go on the phone with, I'm betting. And man, me and that brother, man, talked to the phone. He said, Chief, man, let me tell you something, man. He said, I did not expect to have this conversation on the phone, man. I was just speaking into this brother's life. And I was getting energy talk from him. And we were just spoken to each other's life. I said, no weapon formed against you. You are a hero, brother. She said, we're dealing with some things. I said, you are victorious, man. And just speaking life to this brother. He ended up getting the trust from me. I said, brother, just stay near. I said, I'm going to invite you to the event I'm going to have. And I love conversations like that. And that's what we need to be doing. We need to be building, inspiring, motivating, lifting, encouraging each other. And that's all I want to do. And if you're not about that, then I don't want to be around you. I have love in my heart. My mom told us, and I love my mom, and I appreciate my mom. Even though my mom was dealing with some things, she worked out her own salvation. And before my mom left this earth, I'm glad to say that I was able to spend a month with my mom. I took a month off my job and spent and loved with my mom, and I served my mom. I served her before she left out of here. I served her to free my sister up from being there, take care of my mom. I said, let me free my sister up. And I went there and I saw my mom's condition. I dropped to my knees crying that I had to get strong for her. And I laid hands on my mom and I asked the Great Spirit to protect her. I had a feeling she was on her way out of here. And it pained me. It pained me to see my mom in that condition. But I was there for my mom. When I was there, it gave her some energy. I'm a righteous man. And when she transitioned, I was my mom's pallbearer, and I walked and celebrated my mom's legacy in her life. And I had an out-of-body experience. I was a soldier for my mom. My brothers had to be strong for my mom. And I couldn't hardly breathe because I had to be strong for my brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
I had to keep them strong. But I wouldn't wish that on anybody. If anybody lost your parents, your mom and dad, condolences to you. Make your parents proud. Our parents had to go through something while they did certain things. We shouldn't be angry with our parents because this beast system had attacked them and gave them what you call mental illnesses. They attacked our parents and they had to do certain things. Now that we know better as a soul tribe, we shouldn't. Anybody that's claiming to be a righteous man and woman, if you claim to be, you shouldn't be at odds and mad with your mom and your dad.
I agree.
Because my understanding is saying that my dad and my mom had gone through things because they were attacked and they didn't have the information that this son of theirs had.
Yeah.
Now I have the information. I share with the soul family that I just found out 6 or 7 months ago that my mom did drugs before. I just found out. I'm sharing it with you guys. I'm authentic. And some of my brothers and sisters don't even know this. I never knew that this is why my mom fought so hard, but she made sure that none of her children did drugs at all, period. Because I found out later on that most of my aunts and uncles and my elder cousins were all on drugs. And
Same
that's
with
what
my
this beast system. It don't mean we talk about them. That means they wasn't strong enough to withstand this beast system coming at them like that. I was strong enough. So I don't talk about people who are on drugs and laugh at them and make fun. Just be thankful that we didn't succumb to these peer pressures that were pushed on our people. And that me finding this out about my mom, it helped me have an understanding when I was a child of why she did certain things. But to her children, which my mom made a song of called A Parent's Apology, and apologized to all of her children, all
That's
of them.
beautiful.
So she is to be commended for that because most
I agree.
parents feel they operate too much pride to apologize to their children. They're too prideful, but my mom did that. And I love her. When we got, when we were, she cleaned up her act. She worked at her own salvations, and she was a mother of the nations, a mother to many people. My mom walked around with a smile on her face. She was happy because when you get older, you realize you have less years ahead of you than behind you. And so my mom really enjoyed life, and she loved her children with a passion. And her sons got big. She said, "Look at my handsome boys." Here she is, 5'5", with these sons 6 feet and over, 200 plus pounds, walking with these soldiers ready to break somebody's back if they try to even dare look at her the wrong way. She was proud of her boys and her daughters, So she had 10 children, 5 boys and 5 girls.
Wow.
And
that's a lot.
Yeah, and so she had to deal with a lot with us growing up, operate from a shoestring budget.
Right.
In the Christian faith, giving the money to these pastors, Jimmy giving money to Jimmy Swagger, while he played the piano and tell lies to people and pull on your heartstrings and tell you to send it, Tammy Faye Baker, but the Jimmy Tammy Fake Baker. With Tammy Baker with that wig on, and knowing that now we found out that Tammy Faye Baker was a gender con.
A man, yep.
Yep, and Jen was a lady, just like Paul and Jan Crouch said Jan had a crouch. They were the new Jim and Tammy Faye Baker. Paul and Jan Crouch. She look had a wig on. She's a man wearing pink, blue, and white in the background. Let you know that they talk to the gender cons. This world
and
is
that pink and blue, we came to realize was things that these entertainers were doing to children. The pink and blue colors was part of their colors.
Well, that's pink, blue, and white represents the inversion. And you see how many people, these celebrities, wearing pink, blue, and white to let you know that they are inverted.
And boy lover and girl lover too. The symbol is it looks like a little swirl. If it's pink, it's a girl lover. It's a boy. Blue is a boy lover.
Yeah. So this is how they talk. Now I know these things.
Right.
I know these things are what type of world we in. So I refuse to be anything but a righteous man. I love it. I'm glad that my mind was opened up and that I can handle what type of world that we really live in. That way, it's important for us to know what type of world we live in so we can make the corrections not to repeat it.
And moving forward, Chief, since you talked about the things we went through with our parents, we're going to have to get our hearts right. And we need to, if we want to experience this new reality and enjoy the wealth, we need to learn forgiveness. We need to learn grace and compassion. And what do you say about that, Chief?
I would have to give a shout out to my mom. I love her. When we were children, we had a song that we would sing called Bind Us Together in Love. Bind us together in love, Lord. So when my brother and sister trespass against me, that I'll forgive them from the very start. Bind us together in love. And we'll be holding hands. Oh, Gloria.
Yes, and we need to learn empathy too. Thank you for that, Don.
Yeah.
Compassion, like Chief said, he understands what his mom went through. He can empathize, knowing that she was hit from on every side, trying to make it through life. And her coping mechanism in her
Yeah.
younger days was drugs to cope. And they know this. They know that they put so much trauma and on us that we look for a way out. We look for escape. Some people use marijuana. Some people use sugar or salt or comfort foods or drugs, alcohol. But when you're compassionate and you empathize with them, you put yourself in their shoes and see imagine what it would be like to go through the things.
My mother laid down her life for her children.
Mm-hmm.
My dad laid down his life for his children.
Mm.
They didn't want us to be able to experience what they had, the hurt and the pain that they had to experience. And now, me being the age I am right now, I understand what my mom did. My mom, when we was younger, she worked at her salvation. She used to have a prayer closet. And she would wake up in the middle of the night and put blessed oil on her children, anoint our foreheads. And my mom said that all of her children would be late bloomers, which we are. Every last one of my siblings, even my siblings on my dad has older children. Every last one of my brothers and sisters, all 6 sisters and all 7 of my brothers are entrepreneurs, are now movers and shakers, man.
Wow.
Every last one of them. I have about six or seven sisters that have written books. I'm working on mine. Have written books. All of us, I got sisters that sing, play the piano. I have brothers that are a writer, a composer. I have a turnaround principal. I have doctors, and I have a brother that's a real estate mogul. My family are moving and shaking. Come on, man. And I say glory, hallelujah to that, because no weapon formed against us didn't prosper. And I am proud of all my brothers and sisters. Even I may not even talk to some of them that much, but I love and I'm proud of all of them. They're movers and shakers and making noise in this world. When we were, we all suffered, didn't have food to eat, didn't have a lot of clothes. We were talked about, ridiculed about even family members. My mom had all these children, and some of her brothers and sisters talked about us because my brothers and I slept in the same bed together. We slept in the same bed. I had one year younger than me and 1 year older. We grew up with love. My mom sings, we used to hold hands and sing that song, Bodies Together in Glover. And right now, we may not all get along at certain time. It's natural. But we end up loving each other. I love all of my brothers and sisters all the same. None, no more than the other. And this is why I have bought foreign currency for my brothers and sisters, because I want them to have their own money. I want to free them out of this beast system of having to work a 9-to-5 job, because I'm a righteous man. And I'm only doing what I have always done and been that protector and that provider for my brothers and sisters, because my eyes have been open. There's hate. My eyes have been open. And I don't have any hate, envy, malice, or jealousy in my heart toward anybody. And so this is why I'm in overflow right now. I got favor happening in my life because of my heart, because I don't operate with any hate like that. And my mom is proud of me.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
My dad is proud of me. The creator and the celestial family is proud of me, because I'm helping so many people out, and I'm happy about that. My life, I found my passion. I'm living in my passion. It's great when you can help people. There's so many people, contrary to what you heard about me, what's said about me are all lies. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I feel good, I'm moving to destiny, purpose, and righteousness. I'm happy, and I give praise to the great spirit. I'll make it the morning and say, glory, hallelujah. Come on, man, because I could have been dead, guys. Because I had the gun supposed to be several times, it could have gone off, and I could have lost it. I've been standing next to people that got their heads blown off. I've seen people get their heads blown off and heads bust open like a watermelon. I've been in front of people that got shot and looked at the person, looked me right there after shoot this person. I done had guns. I've been in a drug deal. In a drug deal, when my guys got held up, and that came down with the guns, turned sideways on me and my brother. Come on, guys.
But you weren't it wasn't you selling the drugs, right?
No, I wasn't selling drugs. I've never ever sold drugs.
Yeah.
And if I did, I never sold drugs. But stop being so hard on our people.
Yeah.
When you don't have money, you don't have this, this beast system presents you something to sell. Many of our brothers and sisters sold dope because they were trying to make a living for their families.
Yeah.
So I'm not hard on people who did that.
Yeah.
Now we got to come in. We about to get an overflow, and we have to clean this
And
shit
help
up,
them.
man.
You got to
Stop
clean
being
it
so
up.
hard on each other, man. We
I
all
agree.
live in a glass house. We all live inside a glass house.
Ooh. Underneath this
And
dome. Trying
underneath
to
this
figure out.
dome. Come on now.
Mhm.
Underneath this dome. So you can't throw a rock at nobody else and try to make yourself seem like you're hurting too. I'm not gonna throw a stone at somebody else who's
That's
hurting
true.
already.
That's
But if you
true. I've
throw
been
stones
hurting.
at people and try to make it sound like you got hell to pay. You got
Excuse
hell to
me,
pay.
Chief. Excuse me, Chief. Somebody, Chad Jamie says, can you please contact Elon and get him on the show? Maybe you'll take him seriously. Obviously, you don't trust me or Reese Green or Anna. You know, let me say this, Chad Jamie. When Reese Green, he was in the comments and he was saying some nice things, and he was also saying things to negate what Chief Mack was saying. And he just kept giving comment after comment about what he's doing in his personal life, and that's okay. But that's not the way you get my attention, by trying to come on my show. And he kept accusing me of not wanting him on my show. I never even know. I don't even know who the man is. And then you're saying things like, you know, obviously listen, I have over 500,000 people follow me on all my social media accounts. I'm contacted on Facebook, all my social media platforms. People find my name, my number, and they call. I cannot accommodate everybody. Some of us are just so bent on trying to get our point across in our message that we think we can bombard people and they're just going to, you know, acquiesce. The proper way to conduct business, and I said that to Mr. Reese, is to send me an email. And then you send me an email with your name and your number, and you tell me what service you like to offer. And then you ask me permission to be on my show, and you ask me what time and date is appropriate for me, and then I'll follow up. But this is not the time while the Chief of the Soul Tribe is teaching. Thank you so much. Peace be to you and your tribe. All right, Chief.
Here's the thing, guys. When I met Kia and we talked, it's all about timing.
It is.
Timing is everything. And if something is meant to happen, you're meant to partner up somebody in business, whatever, you can't force it. It happens organically.
That's true.
And what you're trying to do is force something to happen that's not happening organically.
Mm.
If it's meant to be and meant to happen, it will happen naturally and organically.
That's right.
And you're screaming and holler, bring me on the show, or bring this person on the show. That's not natural. If you are a righteous man or woman, then that would attract here. You don't have to scream and holler and jump up and say, why do you ignore this person? It's Kia sees it all. And I also tell Kia that it's not, she has to be guarded.
You did tell me that.
Everybody is not meant to be on this show and speak. Not everybody. If you are, it'll happen naturally and organically. It'll happen natural and organically.
Well,
so it's not the natural way to come up here, you know, and say you're not bringing this person here and there. First of all, Kia has to vet certain people. Do you guys realize how many people that's trying to reach out to her? And as a woman is made to be protected. Why? It's because she pushes out the light sources. The women portal is used to reincarnate the gods and goddesses back on earth.
yes.
So this is why the Creator, on purpose, made a woman weaker on the outside, because she is 10 times stronger than a man in the inside. Because a man's body is not designed to push out and reincarnate these souls back on the earth. So the Creator knew what he was doing. He made a weaker woman weaker on the outside so that she can get out of the way. But this beast have got women thinking they can do the same things a man can do. And that's not. Woman is designed and made because this is why the men are weaker in the inside than the woman, and the woman is stronger in the inside than the man. We're more powerful. Why are the men more powerful than women on the outside? Because we are made to be the umbrellas.
Hold on, Chief. I'm in Roz in the chat. That's my grandson talking about, hi, Granny. Hey, I'm in. Okay,
What's
I'll
up,
make
man?
sure my language is child appropriate since I know you're here.
Look at it, man. But a man is made to protect the woman. That's why we're bigger. We got bigger hands, bigger feet, big shoulders, a bigger neck. We are made to protect our sisters. Why is that? So when a woman is pregnant, we have to be the forefront to protect her, to reincarnate the gods and goddesses back into earth that are being reincarnated back. A woman should be going through stress and pressure. Did a study saying that when women go through stress and pressure through the pregnancy, they were saying that some of these kids come out lovers of themselves.
Wow.
Pull it up.
Wow.
Pull it up. And I said, wow, that's strange, you know. So women are not supposed to be working or stressing when they're pregnant because everything that they feel that children gets.
And then
And so,
sometimes women can't necessarily, or as a woman, sometimes I don't see the energy behind people. I have to vet them, and then sometimes I'll pass them through to you because you can see things that I can't. And one of the things that I've noticed is that yes, people want to come on the show and they share the information, but then they'll start to use me as their pimp. You know, like, oh, I can get money out of her and I can
yeah.
get energy out of her. And it's too much because I want to help people. It's my desire, but it's just way too much. And you can see that, which is why God put you in my life to be that protector and that shield to make sure I'm protected from those energies.
This is why every opportunity that I have, I make sure I gift a righteous sister. You're righteous, and I give you. And I found out that when you give, the credit gifts back. When you guys, when you guys give to a righteous man and woman, that's a seed of righteousness you're planting to come back to you. Trust me, when you do that, when we give the kid, because she comes over here giving us a financial forecast and a forecast on what's happening in the world and the way that she does, that's a righteous seed that you're planting. And I'm telling you, righteous seed are a harvest that will manifest as something beautiful. Why is that? Because I have put out many righteous seeds in my family and people. I feed the homeless, clothing the homeless, giving. I've been a giver all my life. And right now, it's time for me to win.
Yes.
I fed and protected my brothers and sisters. Barely got through high school because I couldn't be a regular student. I had to walk home 6 or 7 miles home from a job at nighttime to help feed my brothers and sisters.
Wow,
got on food stamps to help feed my brothers and sisters. The check that I got from my dad, I gave to my mom to take the pressure off my mom. I did these things. And now it's my time to win. And I suffered behind that because I couldn't play sports my life. I was a gifted athlete. Couldn't play sports my last year in school because I had to take care of my brothers and sisters. I didn't want to see them struggling, being hungry like that. So after my dad transitioned, so I said, Mom, I'm going to help you. I got you.
Oh, wow.
I got you. And I did that for my mom. And that is honorable. That's why I am a righteous man. I did that for my mom. You know, so that's why it's my time to shine. It's my time to shine.
AT.
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I did that for my mom.
My granddaughter wants you to know that she's in the chat too. She said, it's me and Amin. It's Mia and Amin. So they just wanted to shout you out. And they want us to acknowledge you. They're sending me messages. Look, Chief.
Okay.
My granddaughter, she's 10. She's homeschooled. I'm homeschooling her. She created these dresses. She made these. Yes, she's 10 years old. She made these dresses for her dolls. This is the beauty of keeping them at home. And you could do it when they're at school too. But the thing about this new reality is we can look at their gifts and cultivate their gifts. You know, so that they don't have to.
Your grandchildren are fortunate to have a grandma like you.
Thank you, T.
Yeah, you know they're you're still young enough to be. And my mom was that type of mother. She loved life. She was a teacher. My mom wrote children books.
Oh, wow.
My mom is a
Mm.
prolific writer, which most of my brothers and sisters are writers and wrote books because my mom wrote plenty of books. That we got that from my mom.
Wow, that's beautiful.
My
Wow.
mom was into health, holistic eating. She wrote children books. She was a great reader. She can read well. She was a narrator. She wrote children books. She got plenty of books, and my mom had a beautiful voice.
Mm.
My
Oh,
mom
look,
had a
look.
voice. Yes, yes.
I'm sorry. I don't know why my grandbabies want your attention. They said, look, they want you to see that they're learning now how to crochet. My daughter is teaching. I don't know if you can
Really?
see that though.
Oh, they
Yes.
showing off now. Them like crump snatchers are showing off.
They, they just sent it to me. And they said they're learning finger crochet first, and then they're gonna learn with the needle. That's good, grandbabies. I see y'all in the chat. That's good. I'm sorry, T. Go.
Tell
T does have something to
tell
do.
them I said good job.
T Mac said good job, and Granny saying good job too, babies. Y'all doing well. I'm so proud
Yeah,
of you.
that's beautiful, man. That's called living.
Yes, sir.
That's called true big mama syndrome right there. You really doing something powerful, teaching your children, your grandchildren, and then also freeing up space for your children to find themselves.
I'm glad you know that's exactly right, Chief. That's why I'm homeschooling them because yes, I want them out of the homeschools, but I want my children to have the opportunity to discover, to work, to find their niche. You know, it's a sacrifice, and I would tell the Soul Tribe, we make sacrifices, but sometimes
Yeah,
you have to condition yourself and don't say I got to, instead of say I get to. I get to help the next generation. I get to pour into my children and my grandchildren. And it's a sacrifice, but hang in there because it gets easier. I've been homeschooled. I pulled them out of school before my grandchildren, and then I sent them back to public school like a couple years ago. But we pulled them back out. I'm in his 8, and he's supposed to be in the 3rd grade. He's testing in 6th and 7th grade levels in the gifted program. But I don't want him in he kept getting sick in public school. The energies were too much for him. My granddaughter has natural gifts to do hair, and she can make clothes, and she's doing it with her hands, hand stitching with a needle and thread. And she was making clothes at 2 without needle and thread, with just putting together napkins and stuff. So all I'm saying is be encouraged and hang in there, family. It is hard. It's a sacrifice, but I'm doing what's in the best interest of my family. I want my children. I need for them to find their way and find their niche and thrive in their niche. And that's why I've taken on the responsibility of raising the grandchildren. I yield to you, Chief. I apologize for taking over.
that's the beautiful thing. My mom did the same thing.
Wow.
This
Wow.
is what we got to get to. My mom loved her grandchildren. I remember my daughter first met my mom. My mom was just so happy she got them and they enjoyed her. She had her storybooks and she read stuff about Jonah, and she had children books she wrote about a little bird named Flutters. Wow. My mom wrote
Letters.
about a bird named Flutters. She wrote a
Wow.
children's storybook about Flutters. And so I had a very unique and interested mom, man. I'm glad that the creator sent me to this family to make who I am today and cultivate me and made me who I am today. It wasn't easy in the beginning, growing up, not barely having food and being
Yeah.
hurt by the people that was supposed to be protecting me, but that made me stronger because it didn't destroy me. It made me stronger. And I love my mom back to health. I loved her when she made a song called A Parent's Apology.
I stumbled upon that song on YouTube, and I had to tell you, Chief, I heard your mom's song on YouTube. I didn't know her from anybody, but I just happened to see her song. I don't know how I
Yeah,
made the connection to you. I don't know if she had you in the picture or what, or on a video or what.
yeah,
This
she had
is
all of her children in
beautiful.
the picture. But yeah, I appreciate my mom doing that. So this is what we got to
Mm.
get to, guys. Be a bit, get ourselves healthy and start going back and cleaning up the mess we made with our children.
Yes,
Charity should start at home first, shouldn't it? Should
because
start at home.
yes, and
So
I made Chief. I made mistakes as well. Things I could have done better. And I
Yeah.
told my son the other day, I don't give myself an A. He was like, you don't give yourself an A as a parent? Mom, you were great. I said, no, because I could have done some things better. I could have responded to some situations better. Instead of seeking retaliation, I could have been a mature adult and handled things better. So I sat my children down and apologized when they were like in their 20s, because I needed to do that to move forward as a family. Look, and I had to say, I made some mistakes. I want you all to tell me how you feel about the mistakes that I made. And I take full accountability for the mistakes that I made. And I let them, and I didn't let them, I mean, they're adults. They just, some of them cried. Some of them were angry. Some of them yelled. Some of them, they're like, Mom, when this happened, I felt like this and that. And you know what? After that, I said, how can I make it right? And I'm telling Chief, it hurt me to know that because I really honestly feel like I did the best I could with what I had, but I could have done better. So I didn't say I'm the adult, I'm the grown one, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. I said, no, I made mistakes. I apologize. How did that make you feel? I take full accountability. How can we move from here? And when I tell you, sometimes I cried too, but I held my composure, but I didn't do what some of them other, what I seen my other family members do. Like, I'm grown, just do what I say. And I did the best I could. I didn't say any of that.
Yeah.
It took a lot of maturity. But my pastor at the time told the people in the church, he said, I'm going to make y'all angry when I say this. He said, I'm sick of y'all coming to the altar crying about your children. I'm sick of y'all coming here talking about why my children in jail, why my children won't do. He said, your children in jail because that's the life you presented before them. Your daughters are whores because you were a whore in front of your daughter. I was like, oh my God. Wow. Your family members are on drugs because you were experimenting with drugs, or your children lived in poverty because you didn't make the best decisions when you could have, or you married the wrong person, you opened up your legs or laid down with the wrong person. The children, when you need to get up off this altar, go home to those children, I don't care how old they are, sit them down and apologize and make amends for the shipwreck that you caused. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I agree.
People were angry. They was like, Bishop don't know what he's talking about. And he had a good life. And how dare he? But I was like, you know what? First of all, I was too scared to say something, put my mouth on the man of God. But secondly, I said, you know what? With all my degrees and accolades, I'm not perfect. And that doesn't mean anything to your child. Because the best thing for the child is to have whole, healthy parents. Both parents. Both parents. You know what I'm saying, Chief? So all I'm saying, I'm sorry that I went off on that tangent, was I had to go and I chose to go and make things right. And this is what we need to do, because a lot of we keep going around acting like everything's all right, but a lot of our children are not all right.
They're not. Here, when my dad would work, he worked hard. And I was fortunate enough to grow up with a 2-parent household.
That's a blessing. I agree.
My dad was a dominant, quiet man. He didn't talk a lot. He was a dominant, quiet man. He had them big, strong hands, a big guy, handsome guy. He was a quiet, strong, dominant man. He didn't have a whole bunch of friends. He enjoyed his family, his brothers and sisters. Wow. And he had this white friend named Jack. I'm like, how did my dad meet this hillbilly? Man, he just loved him some Jack. Me and my sister, we talked about the day. He said Jack would bring us some donuts and stuff like that and the bread home all day. I said, how did my dad meet this hillbilly man? Him and Jack, he was crazy about some Jack, man. Oh, Jack, man. But my dad would work hard. He built hydraulic too. My dad was a carpenter, electrician. He could lay down carpet. He could plumbing, electrician, fix cars. He did all that. And even the brother Chief, I can do some electrical work. I can carpet. I can paint. I do all that. I watch my dad. When we were teenagers, he was rebuilding the basement and brought his boys down that basement and showing us how to do electrician work, carpentry, and wood cutting, all that. My dad did all that. My dad did all that. And so I watched that. I had a man at home who taught me balance. And the reason why a lot of the indigenous men and women are off center is because they didn't have that. I had it. So having my dad at home and a dominant man who was quiet, it taught me patience. I had a healthy level of fear for my dad. Healthy, which is important. Because a lot of these men and women out here, even though they have a mom and dad, they were never taught boundaries. Your dad is supposed to teach you boundaries because the women can't teach boundaries like a man can. If I did something, my dad laid hands on you. He get you right, So I didn't disrespect him, but my mom taught us when my dad would come home from work, up north they have alleys. The South don't really have alleys.
We have alleys, yes.
So we would hear him come home.
In Ohio.
My mom would make my dad some Salisbury steak with gravy and onions and some mashed potatoes, some greens, some cabbage. They had him a cold glass of ice water in those glass jars. Glass.
Yeah, I remember those mason jars.
And his plate would be in the oven, nice and warm. And my mom said, when that man come home, she said, you run to the door. We had 3 doors. We had the front door, side door, and the back door. He came to the side door. When my dad came to the door, my mom said, y'all run to him and reference him.
Wow.
So we would run to my dad as children on our knees, and we would take untying his boots. And he would have his hand on his children. And we'd be, hey, Daddy, we love you, Daddy. And we'd be taking his boots off, and he would then help him up the stairs. Then he would wash his hands and feet, clothes, and he would come to the kitchen and eat his plate with this ice water. And we'd be just there. My dad was my hero.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's beautiful.
My dad was my hero, man. I was a daddy's boy. I had a dad that showed me how to tie a tie. And you couldn't tell me nothing, but he smacked on some brew or some Old Spice. You couldn't tell me nothing. He would put some brew cologne or some Old Spice on, and he would take me to church with him. And out of all his boys, my dad had me next to him going to church. And my dad knew that there was something different about this son, because he had these other sons, but he took me to church with him on Thursday night. He was the deacon and preaching, but he took me to church with him. So my dad was my hero. My mom was my shiro. And I love them both equally.
That's what's missing from the family.
That's what's missing.
Community, yeah.
My dad taught me balance. I didn't have to hit the streets and then sell drugs and do this and do that. My dad bought a weights in the house. My dad had a punching bag. If you guys actually could see how hard I box and see how hard I hit that bag, Chief don't fuck around. And y'all don't know that part of me right there. No. But I hit hard enough to break ribs.
But we can see. Can you see? Show us how big you are, Chief. Let me see.
I mean, I'm okay.
No, I want to see. Woo, Lord, have mercy.
My thumbs, and I'm hands right there. I am a protector.
Woo,
I don't have to talk and act like I'm tough and bad, because I used to get paid to put my hands on folks. I was good in wrestling and grappling. My dad bought weights in the basement. He bought a piano. My mom put the piano in the house. We sung. So my mom and dad said, well, they're not going to lose their children to the mean streets of Gary, Indiana, which became the murder capital of the whole United States when their military operation of putting drugs and crack cocaine on the streets. My mom and dad said, we're not losing our children. So they had an unorthodox way of raising my siblings. So my sisters, none of my sisters are whores, have a whole bunch of bastard children. None of my brothers have felonies, jail, doing drugs. So we won. A great job. Yeah. Even though it was unorthodox, but my dad had a heavy bag. My older brother would have my brother Michael not down that, punching the heavy bag hard.
Wow.
Working out with weights. And while the people on the streets, the other young guys were on the streets running around, fighting and chasing girls. My brother had my brother Mike and I in the basement doing boot camp, working out with a throw up bucket, next to us.
What
He
was the
worked
throw
out
up bucket for?
because he kicked our ass so bad in that basement that we would throw up with licking work. And that made me tough and who I am today. I want to tell you, I love you to my brother. I love you, man.
Mm,
I love you,
mm,
man. If you're watching this, man, I am who I am partially because of what you did, even though you went through some things, man. But I'm here today still strong mentally, physically, and spiritually because of what you did. You took time, even though we didn't have the perfect life, but man, you are appreciated because I'm who I am today. That mental toughness,
mm,
my brother, in us, when he would train us with weights, to the point that the following year, the following summer, when I came out there, I was 14 years old when my brother started training me like I was grown.
mm.
My brother Mike was 15, and he had us down there, and he said, "Punch me, nigga, punch me," and we were like scared to hit him. He said, "Nigga, I just punch me," and we would hit him. And then hit us down with the heavy bag. We would put tape on our hands. Pop, you hit that heavy bag. Hit that bag, boy. Tough, you tough. Hit it. And I appreciate that stuff today. We did that.
That's
And that's why
something that a mother doesn't do. A mother wants to
no,
protect her
no,
son and keep him from harm, and we end up
yes,
coddling them and
yes, yes,
feminizing them. Yeah.
yes. So having that balance in the house.
Yes.
Then my dad bought a heavy bag, a punching bag. We had weights in the basement, and the boys, we were downstairs in the basement, and the girls were all the way upstairs on the third floor. And my mom would teach them how to cook, clean, how to be a righteous woman. And my dad was working here. My older brother was my mom's first child. We were in the basement, hitting that heavy bag, punching. And after we finished working out in the basement, he made us jog about 5 miles. Every block we got to, we dropped down and had to do 20 push-ups.
Wow.
So this is the cheat match story. I'm gonna put the book together.
Okay.
And tell about this is why I am who I am today. I had all that. I did all that. It wasn't a perfect family growing up, but even for the most part, it worked because I am who I am today, and my brothers and sisters are all thriving, victorious, overcomers, writers, philanthropists. All of my siblings are movers and shakers. I have another older brother. My eldest brother can build a house from the ground up. He's a master carpentry. He can build a house from the ground. I have another brother that's a master electrician. My brothers and sisters are sharp. I have a baby brother is a real estate mogul. My brother, one younger than me, had his own television show.
Yeah, he was being honored at one of those awards you went to.
My one younger than me, he's a writer. He's a songwriter and producer. He writes for songs for celebrities. He's a writer, an arranger. Okay, then my brother, one year older than me, it's a turnaround principle. Come on. So I come from royalty, so you can't say that about me. I come from a family of love, honor, and respect, man. Come on, man. My family loves me because I'm a righteous man. So no weapon formed against you, what you said about me ain't prospering. Okay, and they love me. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Chief, for sharing that, because the Soul Tribe is saying they really appreciate the stories. But Sister Fern says, I agree, but remember what the government did to many parents to put our families in desperate situations. That's why I'm not in agreement with that, Pastor. Well, I do agree that the government put our parents in desperate situations, and I agree that I responded in some ways that could have been better due to that, but I'm still accountable. It doesn't matter what the government did. This is Dr. Kia's point. It doesn't matter what my mama did, my daddy did. It doesn't matter. I am accountable for my life. And see, if I choose to blame the government, which I understand the government has accountability. If I choose to only focus on what the government did and what my mama did and my dad did, I won't grow as a person. But what makes me a mature person is to be able to come to the table to the family. I agree. I hear what you're saying. You can disagree with the pastor, but I think when people take accountability for what they did, whether they felt forced or slightly encouraged or whatever, you still did it, and your children were still affected. Children don't want to hear, I only whipped you too hard because I was angry, and it was the fact the government, stole my job, so I was angry and I beat you hard. No, the children want to hear, I take accountability for how I hit you. I take accountability for having done drugs. I didn't never do drugs, but I'm just saying a lot of times we want to absolve ourselves of the part that we played in our demise. And so I hear what you're saying. You can disagree with the pastor, and I respect your disagreement. I'm just saying that the people that chose to be upset with the pastor and disagree still have families and children that don't talk to them. The ones of us that listen to the pastor, even though our feelings were hurt, we made amends with our children. Now we're thriving because we were able to move from that wounded place and taking accountability and saying, what can I do to do better? And having our children respond, what this can make it better, and us coming to the table, then we move forward. We're at a different place than those that chose to blame, you know what I mean? And not take accountability. Go ahead, T.
It's like I said, accountability, authenticity, and gratitude is powerful. I'm interested in it and trying to break those generation curse off my family because I'm interested in coming together with my brothers and sisters. Yes. They're all talented and gifted. All my siblings, man. I want to say that I'm proud of each and last one of my brothers and sisters. I'm proud of them because I know what they had. I know that my older brother. I know what they had to go through, and being overcomers and not giving up. All of my brothers and sisters are shakers and movers, man. And together we can become so powerful, man. I got a brother that can build houses up from the ground up. So guess what I'm gonna do with my brother? My brother is gonna build my house. Come on.
Oh, now. I love that. I love that.
He don't know it, but he's a bad man. My eldest brother look just like my dad. I'm gonna kid him, and I'm gonna pay my brother to design and build my house. He's just that bad. He can design, he can draw it up and sketch it up, do the math, the trick of that album, sketch it up, and say, okay, put this right here. Okay, I'm going to do this. My brother is going to build my house.
Yes, yes.
I have another brother, 1 year younger than him, who's a master electrician.
Wow.
I'm going to get him and say, build my house, brothers. And I'm going to put together something with my family where we can start building houses. My baby brother is a philanthropist real estate. He buys houses and fix them up and doing this. We just shaking the move. I ain't got time to be worried about nobody else. My family got it going on. I got one sister, one older than me, Dr. Michelle McGrone. She is awesome. She's doing her thing. She has a twin brother, Mike McGrone, doing his thing. My baby sister is a writer that wrote 2 books and has the most beautiful voice you can ever imagine. My baby sister, my sister Michelle can sing. My sister Tammy can sing. I'm going to get my family together and do an album together with my family.
You should.
My brother Jamie is an arranger. He writes music. If he can write a song, I'll play the piano and I'll produce and do music. Come on, my family got it going on. We got it going on. So nobody can be. I'm happy, pleased, and I'm grateful. I am grateful because I've seen how low down this life can be. For the born and raised in the mean streets of Gary, Indiana, watching other young men that I went to school with get shot, killed, and murdered. Growing up, seeing friends with their heads blown off through drug deals and this and that. And then I've been through things like as I got older and moved to Atlanta, but I had an insurance policy of protection over me by the Great Spirit, man. That my mom prayers of righteousness to protect her children, even when they go through things. In this life, you are going to go through something. You just hope that you have that hedge of protection around you when you go through something that you can make it through. And that's the difference between high vibration and low vibration. You are going to go through something in this life, but do you have that protection, hedge of protection around you to help you go through it, that you don't succumb to what you've been through or look like what you've been through? I know that I have a hedge of protection around my life because I've been through some things. I came from a city that became the first murder capital of the whole United States, was Gary, Indiana.
I remember with Gary, Indiana.
Gary, it became the murder capital. My mom and dad wasn't about to lose none of their children, none of them. Back then we had big families. It wasn't nothing. The average family had 8 to 12, 15 children on my block.
Somebody in the chat, this one brother, he calls me Kia Pet. He's where are you down Donald his dad was 21 out of 21 children, the 21st child.
Wow.
Woo!
Look at that. 21. 2 plus 1 is 3. Look at that.
Oh my God, I can't imagine giving birth to that many children. Lord have mercy.
My mom and dad, they both had over 10 siblings. It was an indigenous custom to have that many children. And this B system came over here and stopped us from having children like that. They had to stop the birth rate of the righteous people being reincarnated on this earth. We got to get back to it.
My grandmother had 10. All right,
Wow.
Chief. The family want to know how to get a hold of you. Some people saying they're trying to get a hold of you. They've been sending email. They know you're busy. So how can they get a hold of you, Chief?
I mean, just email me. I mean, I've been checking my email. I saw one comment. The lady said that she was trying to make sure that you email the right person. There's unity in emotions. Yeah.
Go ahead, Chief. I'm sorry. What is it?
Unity in motion 45 at yahoo.com.
Yeah, I know you've been really busy too because you're with your family as well, but you said you've been checking your email. So family, go ahead and send them an email. Some people want to know, about putting their assets in trust. They have questions about how to put family in trust, children in trust. Now, we're not going to answer that today, but he will answer.
I'll tell you one thing that's beautiful. I had a client.
Thank you.
They had she's 3 weeks due for a child. And so I told her, they called me and said, Chief, I don't want my child to have these shots or have this and that. So I said, give me that child's name. Because I'm going to throw that unborn child in that trust.
Wow.
And if I throw that unborn child in that trust, I said, hurry up and get that document. Matter of fact, today, I'm going to put that, I told him yesterday, today, I'm going to put that child. I said, if you have a name, give me his name so you can protect him in the future now. So we're going to put that child's name in the trust. If, in fact, your child's name is in the trust, and once you get that trust, notarized, a notary is powerful. Take that trust to you at the hospital. And they trying to say, we're going to give him this and give him that. Said, my child is in trust. So play games if you want to and get sued. Play games if you want to. Like what happened to you and your grandchild, if that child was in trust and you presented that trust to them that has been notarized and say, you're playing Russian roulette.
Yeah, they tried to force us to give my grandchildren immunizations.
You can't do that. You can't do that. If that child's in trust, you can't do that. You can play around and say, put that child's name right there, it's in trust. I will contact an attorney. Play games you want to. This child is trust property.
Also, they can be a beneficiary of the trust and their trust property.
Yeah, trust property.
You don't have to do the authentication, authenticate birth certificate.
The trust is powerful because it takes time to authenticate. When a child is born, they don't have the birth certificate. It takes about a month or so.
It sure does.
The birth certificate is a new identity saying that you're dead. They take control by creating a straw man. And the birth certificate being created, it's not you. It has its own birth date. And so they create a fictitious you. So when the real you buys anything, they just utilize your wet signature to pull from your estate. And that straw man that they created and they control, they pull the money from the treasury and skip you, and it goes to them because they have turned you to a minor and they become the power of attorney or the fiduciary over that estate because they killed you off on paper. So the trust is the beginning stages of moving yourself from public to private. It's the beginning stages of you take that trust number, foreign EIN, and you put that on all documents and let them know that you operate in trust. When they come to do the blackout paperwork, as a matter of fact, to get your diplomatic passport, you need to have a trust to get that highest number, because the application process of getting your diplomatic passport, your authenticated copy of your birth certificate on the state level and federal level, that has to go inside that paperwork. Your trust 98 number on the form 56 has to go inside that paperwork. You saying that you're not a United States citizen, whether it's a FOIA or other document support, goes inside that passport paperwork, and a certain way you fill out that passport paperwork and things in brackets. I'm here, the rabbit hole goes deep, man, and I learned all this stuff, man. I'm proud of myself to get that diplomatic passport, which puts you on the do not detain list, removes you out of being a citizen to a state national, and amongst other things you do. But they keep them from tapping into your state because everybody is tapped into your state. When you go to prison, when you get a ticket right, even you being sick and going to the hospital and giving them your social security number, you just gave them your credit card number. And they tap into your state because you're sick. We didn't have hospitals 100 years ago like we do right now. Because they be sick. They're making you sick. They poison the food. They making you eat sugars. They tell you eat meats with blood, medium rare. The air, the water, and the food that we eat is laced. And then you sick. And then you go into these hospitals thinking the men and women in white, because you think white is right, that they love you and care about you. And they're going there and looking at you like, okay, then are we going to take this one out and get their organs? Okay. First of all, let's take your blood. And they go back there and take about 3, 5, or 8 vials of blood from you. And they run it down there and test it. We want this one. We got to get this one here. And they smile in your face with a perpetual hatred in your heart. Because many of the reptilian entities are in these damn hospitals, man. They're in these hospitals.
They would try to block you. They did that to us. They tried to block us from getting out. They sent police to chase us. These people are wicked. And they even came to the house. The doctor sending police to the house to force us to give blood and to force our grandchildren to take immunizations. These people are wicked.
You want to know why they did that to those men? Because that's how powerful your bloodline is. To do all of that, come to your house when your bloodline is powerful. So we have to protect our seed through trust. Put our unborn, put our people in trust, make them beneficiaries of that trust. Protect our children. This is how powerful trust is. And when you get the 508c1a irrevocable trust, I found out that the rich and wealthy, they all have this particular trust, a foreign EIN number. Why? This is how they keep wealth in the family. By giving donations to each other, guys.
And you said they don't go to hospitals. They don't go to hospitals. They're not in prisons. They don't go to court.
They don't even pay child support.
Come on.
They have their own insurance. They insure themselves. They put the child. I'm gonna do a show on how to connect your whole life insurance to your trust. That's powerful. I'm gonna do a show on that, guys.
Do it through your membership group or something.
Yeah, I do that. Do a show on that. Yeah, we'll do that. How to put the whole life insurance. I'm gonna do a show on that. Okay. That's powerful because what they don't want to tell you is that the whole life insurance, the reason you don't have to pay it back, the principal back, is because they're pulling money out your state. So once you pay into, it gives you the ability to pull from your state. That's why you don't have to pay it back because it's coming from your state. And that's how you become a bank because you're able to pull from your state, which makes you a bank. I just dropped a nugget, man. Come on, man.
You did. And Chief, so every time we go to court, are they pulling from our state?
Well, if you get charged, they're charged in their state because the ticket is the security. They're charged in their state.
Now, how are they making money every time you go to court? Like, say you go into court to settle something, a trust, or you going through a divorce, and because I noticed they drag these cases out, they got to be getting something from it.
Yes, it's a security. Listen, even when you pay that ticket off, and I found this out 2.5, 3 years ago. I went to the court, and I pulled up every ticket that I got in the past 10 to 12 years, 10 to 15 years, 15, 20 years. I was blown away to find out that there were tickets that I paid off way back then that were still in green, meaning it was an open. The count should be all in black, saying it has been settled and closed. Okay. I saw something still in green. And it was this is deeper. They don't I know they don't want this information out there, but it was still ingrained because that ticket that I paid off was still open. Why is that? Because that police ticket was a security that still traded on the stock market, pulling money from my state. And there are ways you can shut them down for doing that. So ways to do that, guys.
Well, Chief, go ahead. I want to end on that note because we dropping nuggets, and I know you might teach classes, you might do your live, on your show too. So I would ask you, what are your closing words? Because I want to play a song of yours, if it with your permission. May I play a song of yours that's on your Facebook page?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Before I do that, somebody says, please do a show on filling out passport application correctly. Okay. So what are your final closing words of encouragement to the Soul Tribe, Chief?
Yeah, we are fighters, we're overcomers, guys. Prepare yourself for the inevitable, guys. It's going to get tough because it's going to make us stronger. Be in constant prayer. Speak high vibrational words over yourself. And know that we are about to tap over into something incredible because right now, many of us are being attacked through other people lying and saying things about us that are not true. Just stay strong. Stay connected to righteous people. Speak words of encouragement over yourself. Eat healthy. And constantly say that no weapon formed against you shall not prosper, that I am rich, I am an overcomer, I am powerful, I am love. Continue to say these things, guys, and because words that you speak are powerful, because life and death is on the tip of your tongue and the words that you speak.
Yes, sir.
So is inheritance, prosperity, longevity. It's on the tip of your tongue. Speak it. I encourage the people to say that, and before you know it, this thing's going to happen where we're going to be crying tears of joy when it happens. Tears of joy, give it a turn this hell into a heaven and make it a heaven for those that are attached to us in the righteous way. Be encouraged, God.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking out the time to come and encourage the Soul Tribe today. If people want to get in contact with you, they can reach you, as you would say, at unityinmotion45@yahoo.com. He will reach back out to you because there is a consultation fee, and you will pay that fee via Cash App. And that Cash App, and the same Cash App, if you want to send him a gift, is $Alan Judah 47. But the first place you start is to send him an email to Unity in Motion. I'll put that back up for you at unityinmotion45@yahoo.com. So we started off talking about how, Spirit shut down and how other airlines, they're going to shut down. This is old, outdated technology. All they did was reverse engineer from the stuff that we've had a long time ago to come up with these planes. It wasn't anything new, but they're going to shut down all this technology. And we are going towards a time where we're going to have freedom cities, completely clean air, clean water, clean cities, and flying cars and advanced technology. And then we talked about how to live intentionally, eat well, live well, make good decisions, correct your behavior. People talk about correcting your status. You got to correct your mind and your thoughts before you try to correct your status. Everybody want to try to figure out how they can correct their status to get money. If your heart's not right, the money doesn't matter. What happens if you pass away before you get the money? Your heart has to be right. So live intentionally. And if we make bad decisions, then let's correct those. Let's live in love, truth, honor, peace, freedom, and justice. All right, Chief. Somebody said if your identity was stolen, you can talk up to Chief Mack about all that through consultation.
I want to, guys, let's keep the Bowman family in our prayers.
Okay.
They just lost their mom yesterday.
No. And
Brother Bowman that I brought on my show about 6 months ago, beautiful family. I went to
Yes.
school with his mom, and they just lost their mom, guys. Keep the Bowman family lifted in prayer.
He lost his mom?
Yeah, brother Bowman, Andre Bowman, lost his mom, this transition
Oh
yesterday.
no.
Yeah,
Oh
the matriarch of the
no.
family. Yeah, it was cancer.
Oh no.
So we keep them
And that
lifted in
you're very
prayer.
close to him.
Yeah, the
Okay,
Bowman.
we
I
will.
mean, yeah, I brought him on my show. I did the whole family's trust. I did like three sisters and a brother, two brothers. I did all their trusts, and the
Mm,
younger siblings I went to high school with didn't even know that, and we ended up meeting, talking on the phone, and I did all their trusts, and they're a beautiful family. They got all of them got their trust open at the bank. Lord, hallelujah to that. And her mom was sick. We were hoping that the bad sick, I mean, was coming out, but she ended
mm.
up transitioning, guys. So keep them lifted. Yeah.
Yes, we'll keep them uplifted in prayer. Thank you, Chief. We sure will. Um, I'm so sorry to hear that. Is that the brother
Yeah.
that I met? Didn't I meet him?
No, that was the brother the Bowen family. But he was on my I did a live with him
Okay.
on my YouTube page channel about 5 months ago. And they were talking about their
Mm,
experience at the bank, you know.
okay, I
But
don't think I saw
it's
that one.
another powerful family. All of them are heavily invested in foreign currency. They listen to you. They're heavily invested in foreign currency and other commodities. The whole family is moving intentionally to love, and I'm proud of the Bowen family. But yeah, they
Send,
mom just transition. Yeah.
okay, we'll definitely be praying for them. Um, Thank you. Before we go out, family, just make sure you send prayers to the Bowman family. We want to thank you all so much for your attention and just for being here and for your comments. I did find that picture. This is allegedly what the old Hitler looked like. Hitler looked like. The video, they don't allow me to play it on YouTube, but uh, a lot of things we were taught was not true. We've been taught things in reverse. So thank you all. We love you. Thank you. Somebody says thank you for being
That's
you. Thank
him.
you. Thank you for the great content. And also shout out to those people who sent Chief Mac a blessing to $ Allen Judah. Here it is, $ Allen Judah 47. And also I want to say thank you to those who sent me a gift. I apologize for not saying thank you earlier, but I wanted, Chief was cooking. I didn't want to interrupt. So thank you, Chief Mac, because you often send me gifts. Thank you. Sister Yvette, thank you so much for sending a gift to support the show. Sister Joyce, thank you so much for a gift. Sister Angela, I'm sending you hearts too. Thank you. Sister Angela says this is a gift. Sister Yvette said, I love you. Sister Sheila says this is a donation. Thank you. And that's it for now. And let me go ahead and pull up. Y'all gonna get to hear Chief Mac share his gift with the Soul family right here. Anything you want to say about this song before I
We cool. Go ahead and
pull it
play. Go
up,
ahead. Let
Chief?
it rip.
Okay. I can make it bigger. You just be showing out, Chief.
I love it. I love it. It brings joy to me, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Thank you for playing that.
You were serenading yourself on your birthday. That was your birthday, yes?
Yes.
You were serenading yourself. Wow, that was
But
beautiful.
the name of the
Well,
song
Chief,
was one of my favorite all-time R&B songs called "Tender Love" by Force MDs. That was "Tender Love." I play
mm,
by ear. It's a
tender
gift,
love.
and I'm actually a lot better than people know. I can produce, and I have my brain. My brain works. I can sleep at night, and I have a song come out of the heavens into my brain, and I have to have my board right here in front of my bed, and I play it in the middle of the night.
Wow, wow,
The
what a
song, it's a
gift.
gift. It's a gift. Yes.
And it raises your vibrations, I see. You
If I don't feel
make
good, I feel a certain way. I got this keyboard to play, to raise my vibration and keep me young and keep me healed. Because those
mm,
frequencies purge and hit the heart, the chakras, and that's what keep me young and keep me well and healthy. It's a gift. I'm happy. Music
mm,
is universal. It's ancient, and that's why the indigenous people, it's in us naturally because we are music and we are the soul of music worldwide.
mm.
So the world follow. It's just a gift. So I'm honored. But thanks for playing that. Thanks.
You're welcome. And I want to say, Chief, we all came with some type of gift. When we come here, though, sometimes we get so caught up in, going to school and going through life and working, and, then we have to make money and we have children, our family. But the gift that we came with is supposed to help keep our vibrations high, and it's to keep the planet's vibrations high. So whatever it is that you're good at or you enjoy doing that's benevolent, do it and do it often. That will keep you in a joyful place. And that's what's going to usher in a joyful reality.
Your
So what are
gifts
you
are
good?
your gifts are not for you. Your gifts are not for you. Yeah, that's what's amazing how Dr. Kier.
Say it again. I somehow went out.
Yeah, our gifts are not for us.
Mm,
They're not for us. Our gifts
okay.
are to bring healing, redemption, and salvation.
Mm,
That's what our gifts are for. And some
I
people
love
hadn't
that.
found their gift, but when you find it, it's not for you, but to
Mm,
bring redemption,
mm.
salvation, and healing to the nations.
And we can go out with that.
Yes, we can.
I love you, soul family. Chief Mac loves you and we love him.
That's right. We love you too. Love you guys as well. Love you too, Dr. Kier.
Love you. Family, you're amazing. You take your time to spend it here with us with the squad. In the chat, make sure you tell each other hello and greet each other, and maybe exchange email if you get it, because we are one soul family. And having said that, family, you heard from the Chief of the Soul Tribe, and I'm Dr. Kia Pruitt. Chief Mac, Dr. Kia Pruitt came here to raise your vibrations and inspire you to create the most amazing, magnificent life that you desire and deserve. Go out and make this a great day. Peace, Soul Tribe.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you, Chief.
Okay.
Okay. Later on today, family, we're going to have a very special program where we're going to talk about wealth, building wealth on the land. I have another video coming up, but we're going to talk about building wealth on the land with Farmer Dre. So if you ever thought about how can I buy land? Why is land important? What am I going to do once I buy the land? What are some inexpensive ways even to buy land? Then you want to make sure you make this video or this show at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Farmer Dre. Because if you control your own food source, then you can control your life. The people in power have known that if they can control our food source, they can control us. But when you own land, you have wealth. You can grow your own food, even have a water source from the land. You can even fish on some land. So Farmer Dre at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time has the perfect solution for us. He talks about what loans you can get, what grants you can get in order to buy land, why we need to live off the land, what kind of land you can get, where the land is located, all type of things, family. And he also leaves his information on how you can contact him. So we'll see you at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you care to watch this show premiering at 3. And I'll leave that link in the chat for you. And I'll also put it in the description section. Peace.
Dr. Kia preached, shining wisdom's light, teaching soul tribe how to see through the night. Ancient scriptures and bloodlines she knows, spreading truth wherever she goes. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. Through her channel, knowledge flows, breaking chains that hold us close, teaching paths to abundance and wealth, guiding others to free themselves. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one.
Yes, Sister First, and please get back to singing. You said you stopped singing when the attack started in 2018. I'm so sorry you went through attacks. You know the enemy will bring attacks. Those beings that were in power and control, they know who you are. They know that your gift of singing praise songs rose your vibrational frequencies and blessed other people. It makes us feel good when we bless other people. So I'm so glad you've committed to getting back to singing songs of praises. Because when you sing songs of praises, thanksgiving, gratitude, oh my God, it makes you feel good and it makes everybody around you feel good. And it puts us in a place of perpetual gratitude. So thank you, sister, for committing to going back to your gift. Soul Tribe, commit to going back to your gift. What's your gift? Is it singing? Is it writing? Is it construction? Is it music? Is it sewing? Is it cooking? Is it baking? Is it jewelry making? Is it auto mechanic work? What is your gift? Get back to it, baby. So we can raise the vibrations of the planet and create that new reality. Talk about freedom cities and flying cars and beautiful technology. That's what we're creating with our gifts in this new golden age. I love you, fam. When I come back tomorrow, I want you to tell me what gift you have and how you're committed to going back to your gift.
To a new and brighter day.
Take care, family. We'll see you on the other side. Peace. See you at 3 p.m. with Farmer.